sir. Can you hear me?
What's going on, Sterling? What's going on? How's my mic? I can hear
Oh,
you. You're good.
okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We live?
Yeah, we're live. Yep.
Okay, cool, man. Uh, we got a lot to talk about.
I know, man. I know. Shit, a lot, man. It's so much. Woo, man. Where you want to start? Where you want to start?
Let's start with the title of this live stream. What does it say?
Oh, Fanny. I think it's something with Fanny Willis and Mr. Wade, Nathan Wade. Something
Mr.
about
Nathan.
his income. So yeah,
Okay.
basically, yeah. So I'm just tracing the money. It has to. The receipts aren't all. They're not adding up.
Okay. So what do you mean by that?
Okay, so let's start with. Do you want to start with his income, or do you want to start with the ties to Joe Biden?
Whoo. I don't know anything about that second part, but
Okay.
let's do with the first part. His income, because I want to say that I did a little bit of research in the last 5-10 minutes, but not much.
Okay. Okay.
So his income.
Yeah.
Well, I think I had heard people throw around the number 600,000,
Yes.
which is true. That's what he got paid this past year, but
Okay.
he got paid a total of about $1 million.
Shit.
And that
Okay.
was over
Okay.
that was over the course of 3 years. Like
Oh,
the first year might have been like 150, and don't add my math up and tell me it doesn't work out. But yeah, if the first year was like 150, and maybe the second year it was like 250, and then it went up like 597 or something like that. I don't know.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What is the average nationwide of a DA or attorney's income?
I'm glad you asked me that
Okay.
because I heard you say earlier it was like 200,000,
Yeah.
but
Well, meaning entry position, meaning somebody going from doing misdemeanors, entering into start doing felonies.
well, not only is this a felony case, is much higher than that. And
Hmm.
what they are now considered is well, she's the special prosecutor. Am I right? Or is he a special prosecutor? Now I'm
Yeah, he
confused.
he is. Yeah, she assigned him allegedly. Oh yeah, she assigned him. Yes,
Yeah, she's the DA,
yes.
and he's like he she brought him on to her team.
Yes.
Now I'm questioning myself. Is he a special prosecutor?
Yeah, that's his title, special prosecutor. Yeah. That's you're
Okay,
you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
okay. But now, so was like Robert Mueller or whatever his name was. Remember the Mueller report?
I
He was a,
remember that. Yeah.
and then there's been others. Oh, what's his name that's trying to do the immunity charge right now against Trump?
Oh, Jack
Um,
Smith. Yep, Jack
Jack
Smith.
Smith.
Yep.
So I don't have their numbers right in front of me, but these people were paid millions of dollars,
Okay.
and they would like use the money to pay their law office, which
Okay.
which included other lawyers, I'm sure, or perhaps,
Yes. Yes.
and all kind of staff, right? And
Okay.
stretching over the course of some years. So to say someone in his position should earn 200,000 per year, I don't think is necessarily accurate.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you always said all he was doing was traffic tickets,
Right.
right? And so I'd
Yeah,
love to hear.
I was being facetious, but he was basically handling misdemeanors. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not that much of a stretch like what you were saying. I
Okay.
mean, he doesn't have any, from the article I read, he doesn't have any experience on felony cases.
Okay.
And they said felony or RICO cases. Are they trying to get him under RICO?
Yeah, Rico. Yeah, actually, yes, Rico. Yes, sir.
So anyway, that's pretty much all I know. And I'm gonna spend some of this time, maybe like what I could do is be off camera, so that I could be looking up reports or filings and whatnot, and
Okay.
since you can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, because I,
Yeah.
I I need to know.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I heard actually these two lawyers debating each other, and one of the lawyers was saying that this is actually the Trump case is actually what was a motive to make more money, and Fani Willis was using because her salary's capped out. She gets a salary, it's capped, and that's it. But with
Right.
using him, he could actually she could actually get more money through him, and that being her boyfriend, there you have a motive.
Well,
So it was so I was
yes.
just like, wow, they got something here.
Yeah, they do. Because I was thinking like she was the special prosecutor and she hired him as like an assistant.
Right.
But
That's what I
she
thought too. Yeah.
but nah, she's the DA and I guess she's in charge of hiring someone for the lead role in this position. Although it
Yes.
seems like she's kind of helping it. Anyway. Well, all right. You know what though? If I was trying to be devil's advocate just on the fly,
Okay.
isn't the man supposed to pay for the vacation?
Oh,
And
okay. Okay. I'm glad you said that.
isn't and also if he's making, I don't know, even equal money or
Hmm.
double or triple for sure, he's supposed to be picking up the tab regardless.
No. I agree with that, but it sounds like a kickback to me. Like, are we talking about taxpayer funds?
It, it absolutely is. Don't get me wrong.
So no,
I'm
no,
not.
I know, no, I agree with you with the decorum when it comes to male and female relationship. Yeah,
Yeah,
man should do all that stuff. However, I do not encourage any man to do ill-God means to do it. Which it wouldn't be ill-God means for him, but for her, it would be ill-God means. It would be a kickback.
it looks bad. It
Yeah,
is because it is bad. And then I didn't realize that in Georgia, adultery is a crime.
it actually is. Yeah, it can. If you go to divorce court, Sterling, and it can be proven that you committed adultery. It's not going to go in your favor.
But they made it seem like it was like a criminal crime, like a criminal. You could be criminally charged, or is it just like civilly, or how's that work? You know?
Well, I think it's more civilly, meaning like if again, if it's proven that you committed adultery, if you have a divorce case, it'll automatically go in the other person's favor.
Okay.
So the thing is, you do not want to be proven as an adulteress. Now that's why they.
That's why they what? You broke up there at the end. Oh, I can't hear you. Did your mic just turn off, or is it me? Oh, you can't hear me either, can you? Hold on. Hold on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you, my guy. We, okay, now we can hear you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I got a bad connection. Oh
No,
gosh,
like it just completely dropped out. Like, I mean, we can hear you great right
right.
now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my connection. Oh, it may not be so good. Damn.
You crystal clear right now. It was
It's
just
Chris.
like
Okay. Yeah, I might have went under a bridge or something, but yeah, I lost connection totally.
Yeah,
And I saw
completely.
that you had dropped off. Okay, so where did you? Oh
What I
man,
left, we were talking about being criminally charged and how it probably, I don't know, it might not carry like a sentence or anything. You won't serve time, but it wouldn't work in your favor, and it's not a good look.
yeah.
And it makes me wonder if she could get disbarred for that sort of crime. You
So
know,
okay, let's do this because I did not do the research on this, but you brought up a very good point. Can you be disbarred for ethics violation?
100% for ethics by like I don't think you could get disbarred if it was just a straight up adultery charge. But once you
But
include it,
doesn't but doesn't
this is
that involve ethics though?
well that you raise a good point. You raise a good point. So I'm gonna do this, and hey, what's up to the chat too? By the way, uh, we got we got tactical soup
Soup. Yep.
and twin. Oh, there's MD right there. So anyway, I'm gonna try to like look Google something and see if we can maintain this phone call. So forgive me.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
And we're gonna start with that, like ethics violations.
Yeah, yeah. Because again, I listened to a show where there were three lawyers. I didn't even know that Megan Kelly was she took the bar. She passed it. So she knows all about that. I didn't know yet Megan Kelly. I didn't know she was, trying to
I
be a lawyer at one time. I didn't know that. But yeah, she said, yeah, there's all kind of ethics violations in there. Not to even mention, this is not even bringing in the mismanagement of funds.
right.
So the whole divorce thing, the whole like you say adultery, yeah, that falls into ethics.
Yeah, and it could, but I'm not even gonna waste the time looking up whether or not the adultery alone would come with
Fair
them.
enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But because
But it does show motive, though. It shows motive to where if you're dating somebody, it would be an incentive to get them that $60,000 in their
okay,
income.
sure,
Yeah,
sure, sure,
that's a
sure.
kickback. Yeah, that's a kickback all day.
Or yeah, kickback, quid pro quo, or
Quid pro
uh,
quo, right?
yeah,
Yep.
who knows what they're going to call it. And what I just read was that she has been subpoenaed
Yes.
to testify. I'm not exactly clear in some divorce case.
So Nathan's that's Nathan Wade's ex-wife. She is subpoenaed. Yeah. She is. They're saying that now. I don't know how true this is. Don't quote me, but Megan Kelly said that she is probably most likely the person that kicked all this off. She probably tipped off the lawyer
All right,
because they went. Huh?
say that who tipped off who? Because while I Google this, because I'm
Okay,
confused.
so Nathan Wade's ex-wife, she's the one that tipped off the lawyers for all this whole thing. She tipped them off.
Okay, okay, all right. Bet. Hold on, I'm about to look right now.
Now that's speculation. That's not. I don't know for sure,
Sure,
Sherman.
sure, sure,
But they
sure.
were, yeah, they were speculating. They're saying maybe this is, they're suspecting, like, how did this all come about? And they're suspecting because of the divorce case. They wanted to seal the divorce case. They're saying that more than likely, this is Megan Kelly's guess, that the ex-wife tipped them off.
So okay, all right, all right. So what I'm trying to get at is, what case it is exactly, whose divorce case. And I guess you're saying it's the dude that she hired. Tell me his name again.
Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade.
And so that's the special prosecutor, right?
Yes, yes,
And he got a divorce from his wife. And
yes.
I guess maybe it's not even finalized because there's a case involved, or that's what you see.
Um, yeah, I know you. Yeah, well, it sounds confusing. I thought now I'm assuming I thought the divorce was finalized, but I could be wrong. So again, I'm just now finding out about this divorce and how Fani Willis' name was brought up in the divorce. So apparently, it sounds like that the wife wanted divorce because Nathan Wade cheated on her with Fani Willis. That's what it sounds like, because they rushed and had the divorce sealed, but the attorney's having it unsealed now.
Okay, all right, okay, that makes sense. And I've already
Hmm.
Googled it. Well, I've Googled it right here. This is from, where is this from? The Hill.
Okay.
The title says Fani Willis subpoenaed in top Georgia prosecutor's divorce case. It goes on to say that from Fulton County, Georgia, the district attorney who brought election interference charges against former Donald Trump was subpoenaed in an ongoing divorce case of a top prosecutor also involved in the matter, according to a court filing obtained by the Hill. Now, there's one. Trump apparently has like a co-defendant named Mike
Hmm.
Roman, named Mike Roman,
Correct.
and he's the one. It looks like kind of doing the groundwork, and so
Yes.
he has earlier this week accused the DA Fani Willis of engaging in an improper romantic relationship with special prosecutor Nathan Wade,
Yes.
uh, an outside lawyer who she hired to work on the Trump prosecution. All right. So let me read this to myself and then give you the highlights real quick.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah. So that lawyer, basically, and I'm just gonna say this while you're doing the reading,
Yeah.
was basically they're not taking no plea deals. They're saying we're gonna fight this thing. So that's what led to the whole investigation, the whole digging into Nathan Wade and his income, his background, his divorce, all that. So yeah, it's a lot of undigging, a lot
Yes,
of undigging. Yeah.
it is. And it's more than meets the eye, as
Hmm.
always. As always.
Hmm.
Um, okay.
And
Let's go
Sterling,
ahead.
I guarantee you, this is going to be more of an eye getter of a sensational story than them her trying to prosecute Trump. This is gonna be something that don't go away no time soon.
I don't think so because there are outlets basically saying that the whole case is now tainted
Yes.
because it was filed under her direction as under her leadership.
Hmm.
So simply recusing her, even disbarring her, and him, throw him in there too.
Right,
Um,
but they jeopardized the whole district office.
exactly. You
Yeah,
can't.
the
You can't.
whole office is tainted. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's not like you can just take her off, take him off. Okay, let's start over again. No, it's the whole office is disqualified.
right, because you begin to question the motivation
Hmm.
for filing the charges, and
Right.
it wouldn't be too hard to say that she filed these charges not because she was seeking justice, but because she wanted to line her own pocket.
Yes.
Doesn't look good.
No.
All right,
And
so
again, money is the motivation. We're talking about 600,000.
but
That's
yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's different sources saying this source says he was paid 654,000 in legal fees in 2022 and 23.
yes.
Um, Now I do believe there was another portion in 2021 because what I saw equaled about $1 million. So
Yes.
okay, so either way, this is not good. Now,
Yeah. This is 3 times the average
well,
income of a DA. But I understand the argument that you made earlier that they have to, there's a lot that going into it. Okay, I get it. But you pass up all these other people who have more experience.
yes, exactly, and we don't know, whether part of that $1 million, let's say it's a million, went to his staff.
Hmm.
Maybe he's got another lawyer working for him. We don't know, but yeah, it was not unusual for a special prosecutor to make more than a DA. Is what my quick research found.
Yes.
Now she fucked up
Big time.
because
She's toast.
she fucked up because she hired someone who they're going to do some background check on who he is and
Right.
where he came from, what type of law he studied. They're going to know everything about him.
Hmm.
And as soon as they find out that you hired somebody who's never prosecuted a felony charge for one of the biggest court cases in the country right now, the biggest
Right.
at this, maybe one of the biggest at this moment.
Right. Which
What?
includes Rico, like you said, which includes Rico, right?
And we're gonna find out that. I'm glad you said it because I want to find out exactly what he's charged with. And yeah, because anyway, because they made it a point to say he's never prosecuted a felony or RICO, which
Right.
it made me think. Well, why they mention RICO if he's not? But yeah, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
So what did she think? They weren't gonna look into his background?
That's what I'm guessing. I'm thinking they took a chance and said, well, we're the people. I mean, usually when a person's on offense, they don't think about defense.
Jesus Christ!
That's usually the norm. When a person's on offense, they usually don't think about defense. That's what I'm going with. But I mean, what's your take?
My take is they don't need like a whistleblower wife or ex-wife, separated, estranged wife. They probably went to her and asked what she knew, and
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they're gonna investigate him thoroughly. And once they saw he never prosecuted a felony, then something doesn't look right.
Right,
And if he's going through a divorce, oh no, oh no, and then you see them together on vacation, oh no,
right, right. It's just, yeah, it's not looking good.
it's I can't believe she would be that stupid. And like this, I don't know what's wrong with people. I feel like people want to make a name for themselves,
Right,
and they see they must see it as an immediate. They need to make a decision immediately,
right.
like the bus is leaving, and they need to
Yes.
jump on it. But if this is the biggest moment, the biggest case of your life, the biggest moment of your life, and you're gonna fuck it up like this?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Oh, and not to mention, the Biden admin. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to throw in a monkey wrench or do we want to wait
Okay,
on the
okay.
whole. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Biden thing,
Yeah.
because I know nothing about that. We might
Oh,
we might need to jump right into it. But there was one more thing before you do,
okay. No
that,
problem. Take time.
but I can't quite. Yeah. I can't quite remember what it was. Um. I know what it was. She's been subpoenaed, and because it is a crime, adultery.
Right. Yes.
I mean, everybody thinks that she's going to plead the fifth because she can't go in there admitting to a crime. Period.
Still not a good look though. She can plead the fifth, like because they talking about Hunter Biden doing the same thing, but to me that makes it look worse.
I I don't mind anybody pleading the fifth. I think almost
Okay.
everybody. I think almost everybody should. Don't talk
Mm-hmm.
to the police. Do not talk to them. Don't tell them anything, even when you're on the stand. Don't do it, and don't
Okay.
do it. So, huh? So, but even still, man. Let's go to the Biden thing. While I collect myself.
Okay. So Biden, because everybody accused Biden of
See, I'm trying to figure out if your mic went out or if it's me, because it could be me. We can see you clearly. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to drop out and come right back. It might be
how's
me.
my mic? Yeah,
Oh,
how's my mic?
perfect. Yeah, you
Okay,
good. You
okay.
good.
Yeah, no, I think that's my. I'm writing, so I think it's more me than you because you're stationary.
Sure, but I'm on my phone and I keep dropping like kind of like out of the StreamYard app to like Google stuff.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
I didn't know if it was me. But anyway, what I last heard you say was that I think you said something like everybody was accusing Biden of or something like that.
Yeah, okay. So everybody was accusing Biden of persecuting his opponent, that being Donald Trump.
Right.
Biden, at least Jean Claude Pierre, she said, we have nothing to do with it. We know nothing about what's going on in Georgia.
Right.
Guess what goddamn Wade Mr. Wade does?
I don't know. He's a lawyer, but that's
He
all I know.
met he right. Okay, so he left the White House and he made receipts. He left a paper trail showing that he met with the White House, and he charged them for it.
What the? What the?
And this is
How?
right. And this is
But
prior to Trump being indicted.
hold on. Prior to Trump being indicted,
Yes.
this guy goes to the White House
Yes.
to meet with we don't know who, and I'm assuming she was there too. The DA,
Right.
Fani Willis.
Yes. Well, we can only assume Fannie Willis was there, but we know he was there because he drew out a receipt. His ass is so greedy, he drew out a receipt for that meeting. Meaning he wanted to get paid for the meeting.
Right. And she probably couldn't do that or wouldn't do that because she's already getting paid. It's part of her job to make
Right,
that
right,
trip,
right.
But this is what I can't get past. How did the White House not investigate who's about to be their their special prosecutor, how, or special counsel or whatever?
Well, we are talking about the Biden administration, the people that believe in open borders. So hell, hey, just like you said, vet the prosecutor who's vetting all these millions of people coming through the border.
Well, hey, one issue at a time here, but
Okay, no problem. No, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to hammer you.
I hear
Good
you.
point. Good point. I was just, okay. Let me back off. Let me back off. Go ahead. Go
But
ahead.
it's much more difficult to to catch up with every single person trying to come across the border at
I
any
agree.
point in time. This man showed up
He's
on their
one person.
doorsteps,
Yeah, yeah. He's one person. Right, right. You're right. Right. You're right.
introduced himself, and then that's what really blows my mind because see, I'm thinking that even though they're probably not supposed to meddle in this case, ordinarily they would have picked the special counsel
Right.
for her. But even if that didn't happen, and she said, "No, I got the perfect man for the job."
Right.
Okay, bring him up here. Let's meet. We want to meet him. We want to shake hands. How did they not do a deep dive on this man? Because look, they know people's names. They know who
Yeah.
a case like this should go to,
Absolutely.
and his name wouldn't have been on the list.
Right.
When they said his name, what was it, Wade? What did you say, Nathan Wade?
Nathan Wade. Yes.
When they said Nathan Wade, their response should have been who? No way he was on the radar.
Right.
No way he was on the radar. And that should have triggered all sorts of stuff.
Right. That should have been red flags right there. Yeah.
A Google search would have showed you about his law office and what type of trials he's been involved with and crimes. Oh my God!
That's right. Yeah.
I feel like something don't add up here.
I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. You're on a roll. You're on a roll, Sterling. You're on a roll. It don't add up. Like you said, they should have checked. Yeah, with something that high up, you be checking the backgrounds, right? Because like we all going job interviews, and you say, "Oh, I want to operate this tanker or do this and that." They want to check your qualifications, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My head is spinning because how did she think? Because she might have, even if she said, "You know what? I'm gonna be driving this ship. I'm gonna be driving the bus. Yeah. I don't really need him, but I can pay him, and he'll kind of pay me back."
Right.
I don't. Even if she thought about that, like these DAs be playing like 4D chess. So I would think, as a lawyer, you're constantly, I would assume, thinking about what's going to happen next, and this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what they're gonna do, and da 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 da. How did she not think this was going to catch up to her? And let me say this. Trump's team found all this out one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this was me or you being charged with whatever, we wouldn't have the resources.
The resources. Thank you. Thank you.
We would have never questioned whether that prosecuting lawyer, attorney, whatever, solicitor, whatever, we would never even question their credentials. We would never even question it, let alone our public defender that's defending us. Or
Right.
maybe we got a little bit and we got a decent lawyer. They themselves would probably have never thought to do some sort of like background check on this person
Right.
that's prosecuting us. So what I want to say is like, even though it looks like Fani Willis really fucked up and made a bunch of stupid mistakes,
Right.
only because Trump has the best legal team in the world,
That's
you know,
right.
it's a double standard, isn't it?
Yes.
Because he's about to get off over some shit that we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have got off on that.
Well, like you said, because we wouldn't have the resources to dig into
Wait,
Nathan Wade's background. In fact, Nathan Wade's divorce was sealed, but the lawyer, because they went after their client, they said, okay, well, we're going to go into So, like I said, they're only playing defense. They're playing offense also, which Nathan and them are not. They're not playing. They're only playing offense, not defense. Well, they're going to be playing defense now because this shit's gonna blow up. I mean, this shit's gonna. This is very a sensational story. This is top news right now.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that you're going to put this man in the spotlight of the whole world and think that somebody's not going to dig in, a reporter somewhere is not going to dig into his background. It doesn't make sense.
But Sterling, can a person get so lax for so many years? Because here in Georgia, most cases are plea deals.
Sure.
People rarely take stuff to trial. And so, like you said, when you're dealing with people like you and me, it's plea deal, plea deal, plea deal, plea deal, plea deal. You might catch a rare unicorn that want to crank up their trial, right?
Sure, yeah.
So when you do this for so many years, I'm assuming at least, let's just say 10 to 12 years you're doing this.
Okay.
You get complicit. You get comfortable. This becomes the norm.
And you are running the show because you're the highest up that you probably really deal with. You know what? Never in her career. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, very rarely is she facing an opponent of this. That she's never faced an opponent like this.
No, I don't think so. No, never.
No way.
Yeah,
no way.
Never.
No
yeah,
way.
Never.
Biggest case of her life. No doubt about it. So, like, all right. So going back to me and you, it would be like a lawyer that she was that was aware of the state, so they would know each other, especially if it was a public defender.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, that's right. Yep, good point. Very good point.
They would know each other, but so it is a little bit different because this person was brought in as a special counsel.
Mm-hmm.
So our little public defender might not know who this special counsel is, might not question them, and a damn sure wouldn't have questioned them if it was a public defender. Absolutely not. So so this is how the rich people get off. Okay, so I just want to point that out. Trump has already been in front of the camera. I watched a real quick, look like a press conference style or like interview when he's walking by the press real quick, and they were asking questions, and he's very confident that this will be dropped. So he claims.
Right.
He says, it's illegal, it's not fair.
Yes.
And the case will. He feels like the case will ultimately be dropped. And I feel like it's weird. It was kind of weird that it was Trump out there talking for himself. Trump always wants to be his own spokesperson.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't have a lawyer by his side.
Right.
And he was just answering questions right into the microphone. That's how confident his lawyers are, apparently.
Wow.
Or that's how confident Trump is in his own abilities, or both.
Well, again, we said earlier, and you agreed that ethics violation can have you disbarred.
It can definitely get you. These sort of ethics violations that were you profited off of in any way, shape, or form is definitely going to get you kicked off the case.
Right.
And probably you're going to have to go before the board, I guess, and face their judgment. and it could be.
Right.
I bet they could fine you. I bet they
Yeah.
could. Ultimately, they could potentially disbar you.
Right. Absolutely.
And so, oh my god, oh my god. So even if, and now I'm speculating, even let's say that she gets disbarred,
Hmm.
and like the case gets
She
dropped.
gets this barred, it's over. It's over with.
Let's say that the case gets dropped, and that happens first. They have to drop the charges, and then she faces the board, and she gets disbarred. And even either way, um, oh man, she's got to step down. She's got to step
Yeah.
down as DA so that a new DA can come on and make the decision about whether or not they want to file these charges. Or see, I don't even know how this works. I'm about to Google it
Okay.
because, or
Well,
just
Trump is he's scot free. All this happening at these scenarios that you're talking about, that case with Trump is over with. So there's no picking it back up. Oh, we are new. We're a new DA's office and we're
right,
renewed and we ain't none of that. That shit is done.
really,
Yeah.
because it seems like they would have to drop it. You bring in a new DA, and that new DA could potentially, right, maybe refile charges. I don't know.
Double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy, I would have assumed applied like if the case went all the way through, right? Like
Okay, got good point. Good point. Good
like
point.
if you were fully tried, but see, I don't, he hasn't even been fully tried yet. I
Yeah, but
mean,
wouldn't they have to go through the whole procedure over again, like what they call that grand jury, all
okay,
that, and they would
sure,
have to do all that over again.
and yeah, and that's part of the process. And
Right.
I don't know if double jeopardy would apply if
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
if
Fair enough.
if
I'll
the
give you that.
yeah, if the verdict didn't come out. But boy, where do we go next? Where do we go with this? What where does that leave us? Let's find out, and I'll listen to you. But I'm gonna be googling what his charges are exactly.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. And I want also. I'm trying to remember Biden because I know Biden did make the statement talking about they have nothing to do with the case here in Georgia. So apparently they do. So now this time, like I said, Nathan Wade, this genius, wrote a receipt out and
God,
charged him for the meeting.
God
So,
damn.
being greedy.
And see, like, Trump would have never let that happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Trump would have been, he's street smart in a way. Like, he just said, "Hey, no, we ain't gonna be no receipts.
Right.
We're gonna do this under the table. You can't be here." Like, what the? So hold on. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do, is find out what Trump's charged with, and then I'm gonna go into this alleged uh trip of Wade to the White House and figure that out.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good deal.
Okay. All right. Boom. I'm already there.
Okay. So I know it
Well,
has something to do with election interference or something like that. I remember it off the top of my head, but go ahead. Go ahead.
that's all. That's exactly right. That's the first. It says that the district attorney who brought election interference charges against President Trump. But that might be just a general description. Let me see if I can find, something more specific.
Okay.
Because is it Rico?
It's supposed to be Rico because I guess
They got,
because it took him 2 years to do it, so I guess that would be Rico.
dang, they trying to get him like they did Young Thug.
Exactly how they try to get Young Thug. Right, right. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yep,
thought he,
yep.
I thought he's on a Rico trial. Is he not?
Yeah, yeah. Young Thug is still
In
he's still
he's in. I think
incarcerated. Yeah.
his trial's going on right now. He's in like the 20-day mark of a trial. I think it's a Rico trial. But anyway,
Yes. Yeah.
that's for another day.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. What is Trump charged with in Georgia? That's what I want to know. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
All right, good. All right. Back in August 24th, 2023, former President Donald Trump has been arrested on 13 charges in Georgia. Let's assume that he's facing the charges haven't changed since they wrote this article,
Okay.
just for the sake of time. that claims that Mr. Trump, quote unquote, unlawfully conspired. They love a damn conspiracy charge.
Conspiracy, right,
They
right.
love
They
that
love,
shit.
yeah, they love it. They love it.
Mr. Trump unlawfully conspired to change the election outcome while participating in a criminal enterprise. Other charges include false claims of election fraud and solicitation of violation of oath. Interesting. So I'm not seeing RICO, right?
Right.
I'm not sure why that article said that. I guess I'm hung up on that, but it doesn't seem to be any RICO charges coming at him. Okay. Okay, here are some of the charges specifically Donald Trump is facing in the Peach State. Violating Georgia's Racketeering Act. Racketeering Act.
Racketeering. Interesting. Okay.
The description says the indictment alleges that Mr. Trump, while associated with an enterprise, unlawfully conspired through a pattern of fraudulent activity to change the outcome of the election. This falls under federal racketeering influenced and corrupt organizations, which is RICO Act, which has been used to bring down mafia bosses like John Gotti.
Right.
So it does sound like he is being charged with that. It goes on to say solicitation. This is charge number 2, apparently. Solicitation of violation of oath by public officer. Meaning that there's 3 counts under this section that allege Mr. Trump asked someone to unlawfully alter and adjust certified returns for presidential electors. And I'm going to go through these next ones a little bit more quickly.
Okay.
Conspiracy to impersonate a public officer. What the?
What? That's a stretch. Okay.
Hold on now. I might have to read this description.
Okay.
The indictment alleges that Mr. Trump unlawfully conspired to influence certain individuals to falsely act as elected officials with intent to mislead. He had somebody call up there and be like, "Hey, tell me so and so." Is that what they're trying to say?
That's what they're trying to say.
The next charge says conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree, and that description says that he made a false document titled "Certificate of the Votes of the 2020 Electors from Georgia," a document which would have made Mr. Trump appear to be the winning candidate in Georgia. Jesus Christ! I thought he just made a phone call.
Right.
They're alleging that he, oh my God, this is not good. How are they gonna prove this? And then the last one is false statements in writings and filing false documents. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's the first time I heard the thing about that he directed people to like impersonate other people. Allegedly. That's crazy.
That's my here. But okay.
Anyway, so that's the charges Trump's facing. And the sounds like the one that carries the most weight is RICO. And Anthony Wade is by no means qualified to prosecute a RICO case.
Right, based on his experience, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
right. That's what everybody's questioning, right? His experience.
And I'm just pointing out, maybe for the 5th time now, that people in the loop are going to know in Atlanta, in the Georgia area, who's qualified to prosecute a RICO case.
Right.
Because I guarantee you, it ain't that many people.
Right. And again, I would be mad as his coworker, as one of his coworkers. I would be upset that I worked at this DA's office for X amount of years, and you just bring this guy in. Well, obviously, this guy must be your boyfriend, because how dare you just bring this guy over all the all the veterans. All the veterans. I'm sure there's a handful, a slew of veterans that could have took on that RICO case.
You're right. People in her inner circle, people who were qualified might have snitched. You know, the lawyers who are qualified to prosecute a RICO case would have been like, "Hey, wait, do you know this guy, Anthony Wade? Who is that?" And they called each other like, "Who? Do y'all know him?" It'd have been discovered real quick that nobody knows this clown.
Right.
My God.
But turns out we do know him because he is known for prosecuting misdemeanors in Cobb County.
Yeah, but like, how many people know you for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
well,
just
right, yeah,
a Joe
yeah,
Schmo.
yeah. Pretty
And
much.
what's up to the chat? We got underrated, uh, MD, Judah Talks. What's up, Judah? Hope I didn't miss anybody. Yesy, what's up? Arena Uncensored and Twin. I bet. Polytrips. All right, so all right, what was that? What was us? Oh yeah, we want to dig into his visit to the White House, right? Anthony Wade's visit
Yes.
to the White House.
Hmm.
Let's check that out. Anthony Wade.
Now, Judah Talk said something very interesting. He said no experience is a problem unless your goal is to lose the case knowing Trump has a huge team of experts.
That's
Okay,
interesting.
that's
That's interesting.
interesting, but again, like I said, that's one point. But again, you're paying this man 600,000. That's a whole nother point. So you know what? So you're
Why?
saying, oh wow,
Yeah, because she wouldn't have. Huh. I mean, hmm. My gosh, I lost this. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's hard to wrap your mind around this,
it is.
and I can't imagine that Trump side of things pressured her to file the charges, knowing that she was going to hire him. They wouldn't have known that. So I don't think that it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense.
I mean, it makes sense from a making some money perspective. Like I said, if the motivation is money, then it makes perfect sense.
Man, how could you be so short sighted? And I
Well,
mean, like,
again, Sterling, if you're used to doing things a certain way, if you listen to just people pleading out and you're dealing with, like I said, you're not dealing with Trumps, you're dealing with your Sterlings and your Black Suns,
right?
and people will most likely plea out, or they gotta, even if they have an attorney, most likely you know that attorney, they're not gonna go to the extent of
No.
looking at Mr. Nathan Wade's background, especially his divorce case. I mean, shit.
Oh, and I might have been messing up his name. Let me make sure I get it straight. It's Anthony Wade. Is it Anthony Wade?
Okay, that's my bad. Anthony Wade.
No,
Okay, I thought it was Nathan. Okay, my bad. That's my mistake. That's my mistake.
that, Trump files. Okay, let me get this right. No, God Almighty, I'm messing this shit up. My bad. My bad. Let me get this
No,
straight.
no, that's my fault. That's my fault, Sterling. I said I thought I heard Nathan Wade, but okay, I
I
stand
think
corrected.
it might be interchangeable. Maybe they call him Nathan, but his legal his government name's Anthony. I'm not sure because
Okay,
I think I might have seen both. We'll call him Mr. Wade.
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Um, okay, but we need to get into. Okay, we need to get into this trip. All right, and see when I go fast, I'm tempted to skip right into the middle of the
Okay.
article, but with things like this, you got to start from the beginning. There's so much. There's so much. All right.
Yep.
So in the Atlanta Journal Constitution, they showed contact between Nathan Wade, who is the special prosecutor spearheading Fulton's election interference probe, and members of the Biden White House and congressional January 6th investigators. Hang on a second now.
Hey, what's going on, MD? So we got MD joined us. Okay, what's up? What's up?
What's up, MD?
Peace, man. I'm just chilling, man. I saw that y'all was live, so trying to see what the word of the day is.
Well, we want you to. We definitely need you on the panel because we need to find out: is this money motivated? Is it $600,000 motivation to do this case, or what's the motivation?
I mean, it, in my opinion, now this is my opinion.
Yes, sir.
Any prosecutor, whether it be on the state level, federal level, or local municipality, always want a big money case. This Trump case is a big money case in
Got
regards
you.
to reputation. So I mean that should be a given. So like again, there's no excuse if the allegations come out to be true. There's no excuse for what happened, and as a result, it's going to decimate the integrity of the case itself,
Yes. Yes.
and it's going to go by means of dismissal. Not because I don't think it should be tried, because I do, but
Okay.
based on the just the blatant.
Ethics violation.
I, I mean, ethics violation. See, and that's what I was saying yesterday. You have to isolate the two when it turns,
No,
because
no. The
an
reason I
ethics
bring that up,
violation can
MD,
be
is because
replaced.
no, but the ethics violation can get you disbarred. Oh, this is serious, brother.
Well, again,
Ethics
I'm
violation
not
can
putting
get you
to.
disbarred.
I understand that, but I'm not
Okay.
putting that. I'm not equating that to the integrity of the case. I'm not doing that. The case is the case. When you're dealing with ethics, ethics can always be replaced with the right ethic. But when you're dealing with
This well,
money,
this will disqualify the whole DA office.
It could potentially. It could. And so let's read. Let's follow
what
the
does that
money.
have to do with the case, Black Son?
Meaning that if the DA, if Fulton County DA's office loses this case, that's it. It's a wrap.
Or
That's what it has to do with the case. Go ahead.
will the judge throw it out? And then if the judge threw it out, would it have to be refiled, or could it be refiled later? I don't know. But according to the invoices, Wade charged the Fulton DA's office $2,000 for a trip to Athens on May 23rd, 2022, for which he billed 8 hours of work for quote unquote a conference with White House counsel, White House lawyers, that is. He charged another $2,000 in November of 2022, for which he described as an interview with DC/White House. So it doesn't look like he went to the White House, but he certainly did some sort of like video conference with them, or maybe they flew in. I'm not exactly sure. It is unclear what the subjects of the meetings were, who exactly he met with, or exactly where.
But Sterling, he charged for that. Whatever it is, he charged for it, correct? And left
He,
the receipt.
he charged Fulton DA's office, and now
Oh,
that
oh,
was back in May 23rd, 2022. And
yes,
but now, was that before the things were filed? Because that was kind of
yes,
like what made us question this.
yes, it was, yes.
I'm reading.
Oh, go ahead. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, y'all go ahead while I read this, because I want to make
Okay.
sure.
So Judith says it is a coincidence that is it. Oh, I can't even read that. I'm sorry, Judah. If you could jump on the panel, Judah, that'd be fine. Remember, if I'm doing truck shows, I really can't read your comment. So I do apologize because it's really tiny. I'm not at the house. So I'm not going to be able to read nobody's
Basically,
comments
what he's
today.
saying is he find it funny that coincidentally that he was doing this stuff with White House correspondents. But I get what he's saying. He basically saying that they were basically compiling information, working hand in hand, Fulton County DA's office and the White House, in terms of compiling a case. And that very well may be true. I ain't saying it ain't. But I mean, the legality of it is substantial in terms of the money that's being spent. That's all I'm looking at. If you want to call all the other stuff backhanded, cool. Like from an ethics standpoint, I ain't tripping on that.
I got you.
But
I
to
got you.
me,
So okay,
what's gonna kick the case is the money.
right. So okay, you know what? From now on, MD, when me and you did, we just gonna talk strictly money because I get it. The ethics,
Well,
I
no,
get it.
no,
So
no, no, no. The other parts are important. But what I'm saying is there are other outlets that
right,
can
but you're
be.
saying you're saying as a taxpayer of Georgia, somebody who stays in Georgia who pays taxes, how does that
Well,
affect you?
I don't pay taxes to Fulton County. I don't live in Fulton County.
Well,
Okay, fair enough.
So
Okay, fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
mean,
Okay, fair
but
enough.
but but that don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is the ultimate factor that's gonna kill this case, if the defense can prove, would beyond a shadow of a doubt, that there was a misappropriation of any funds dealing with the Fulton County DA's office,
Right.
it's shot. It's over with.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
And you know, you're right. I sometimes I get bogged down in like trying to find out, did he meet with them before the trial or after? And it really doesn't matter if he met with them and discussed, you know, this trial. It seems like that could be inappropriate right there. And it could even implicate.
How do you deem that inappropriate? I'm confused by that.
Well, no,
Because when
all
you
it does, no, what
when
it
you
does,
compiling a
MD,
case, go ahead.
what it does, MD, the White House, Jean-Claude Pierre, she said, we have nothing to do with the case down in Georgia. They said the
Who the
Biden
hell is Jean?
administration.
Who is
So,
Jean Claude? Who is Jean Claude Pierre? Who is that?
you know,
That's
Oh, you talk. Oh, you talking
the
about? You
lady,
talking about the black lady? You talking about
the black
Yeah,
lady. Yeah,
she's
Yeah,
at the
yeah. I
White
know what you're
House.
talking about. Jean Pierre. Yeah, Jean Pierre.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jean-Pierre. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I was like,
Jean-Pierre.
what?
Well,
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry, my
got you.
bad.
you threw in the John Claude, which you know, like
I
Van
know.
Damme. I don't know.
Right. Okay, the press secretary of the White House. I'm gonna keep it simple.
It might be.
Sorry about that.
It might be Claude. I don't even know. But yeah, no, yeah, man, I don't even know where to go from this, because I don't even know if Trump legally, or excuse me, Biden's office legally can be contacting them about a case that's not a federal case. But you know what? I bet they would say they didn't, and they did it anyway, and it's not really a crime.
Well, all this shows is that Biden lied. That he lied. He said that we had nothing to do with it. We didn't. We never contacted Fulton County. This, that, and the other. So this shows that he lied, because Anthony Wade, or Mr. Wade, whatever we want to call his first name, Mr. Wade, wanted money. He wanted to get paid for it. So everything he wants to do, he wants to get paid for. So and both goddamn attorneys that were debating last night say he was an idiot for this, because he's tying the Biden administration into this whole fiasco, and Wade has the receipts because he wanted to get paid for it. They really, even the kind of person defending Fani Wade said that was a stupid move he did. That was just stupid. But again, because he's an amateur, he's not a professional when it comes to this, man. He should have stuck to doing traffic tickets and talking about, well, we suspend your license or we won't add points. He should have stuck to that shit. But because he's Fani Willis's boo, oh, he want to get that paper, and so does she, because her salary capped out. So yeah, she could use another $600,000.
Oh my goodness! Is it? Oof. What? You know what? It's
Kickbacks.
the reason why this is difficult and it's taking me so long is because they keep referencing January the 6th.
Right. So let me ask MD a question. MD, if there were kickbacks, how long do you think it'll take to get an indictment? I basically take this to court, because you're not gonna recognize it until it goes to court.
You talking about being charged with misappropriation of funds?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I don't think it would take long, but first and foremost,
Give.
you would, huh?
We lost you. We lost you.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing.
No, he's talking. See him. He's talking, but he's talking hard. But he don't know. He don't know we can't hear him.
Black son, we can't hear you, Black son.
I'm gonna type it in the chat, but I'll just wait till. Yeah, we can hear you. Hold on, let me get on camera. Can't hear you. His mic keeps going out. Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you. All right, I'm on camera now. I'm gonna let him know. Okay. He'll refresh that. Now we can't hear you. Nope. All right, he sees it, so I bet he'll refresh that and come back. No, we can't hear you. Yeah, refresh it. All right, yeah, we can't hear nothing. So no, go refresh. My bad. We gotta work on our hand signals. So hopefully he'll refresh, because we can. There he goes. He looks like he just refreshed. All right, sorry y'all who's watching this for technical difficulties, but we coming back. Where were we? Where were we? MD.
So no, I think he was about to ask the question. I think I heard him say how long it was going to take for a process, for him to be charged with a crime. Basically, I mean, I would argue that it wouldn't take long, based on the fact that the evidence would be there, like, and the charge will be coming uh from state prosecutors in terms of like the state of Georgia, not a county municipality. So it wouldn't take long for them to charge him with that if the evidence is there. But again, the dismissal of the case will be as fast. It'll be faster than that.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. And I wouldn't be surprised if, they strike a deal where they say, oh, you know what, just dismiss this case, and we won't charge you with any crime, maybe, and it'll just go straight to the board, and you have to get disbarred potentially. You got to face the board, but not any criminal charges. I don't know.
Well, I mean that wouldn't be up to the to the current judge or the state bar to make that determination. I mean, hell, if the state choose to charge him, they got every right to do it. I don't see like a compromise. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's true. You might be right, because who would ultimately dismiss the case? Would it be the judge? Could the DA drop the charges?
Well, it'll be the judge that'll dismiss the case.
Okay.
The defense will file a motion on for dismissal on the grounds of whether it be conflict of interest
or ethics violation.
It's several factors. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, but could the DA just beat them to the punch and drop the charges?
They could, but I don't think they would do that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that at all.
Unless the judge says, "Hey, look, let's go into the chambers. Here's what's about to happen. Like, I'm gonna dismiss this unless y'all drop it." But yeah, either way, that would happen first.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a scenario. I mean, it's several ways this thing can go. You know what I mean? And I continue to go back to the ethics violation. I don't see the charges being dropped based off of ethics in terms of what we deem conflict. If they deem it a conflict of interest when it comes to ethics, I believe they'll just replace. Whether that be somebody else in the DA's office, so on and so forth. They'll just replace.
Right. And you might be right. I think if it was defense lawyers, you could just replace it, perhaps. But the DA ultimately brought these charges against Trump, right? She's the one who decided to bring them in the first place. So I think it might be, I don't know if it just gets passed down to somebody who didn't make that decision. I don't know. Or if it has to be thrown out. God, it's so crazy. Let me keep reading. Tell me what you think.
Okay, now I can hear you. Are you reading? Are you reading?
I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Going back. Oh, let me let Black Son back in. I guess that's him.
Oh, you can let him in. All right, good.
Yeah, no. No. MD, you said an incorrect thing. It will disqualify the whole DA office.
You can't make that distinction.
No, they said that.
Listen again. How are you going to disqualify the whole DA office based on what two people did? You can't do that.
Well, that's what several lawyers have said. I'll send you what I listened to. It was two lawyers debating. Actually, it was three of them. Megyn Kelly. It was two lawyers, and they saying that this could disqualify the whole office under ethics. This could be In fact, she could be this. Oh, okay. Well, these were attorneys saying that. So what grounds are you disagreeing with it? These are two attorneys.
I'm disagreeing with it based on the fact that the whole DA's office ain't got shit to do with what happened. There's a chain of command in the DA's office just like anything else.
Who's the head of that command?
Uh-huh.
Fani Willis.
Fani Willis is.
Right. Okay.
So that you just made my point.
No. So if Fani Willis is the head of the DA office, if she is disqualified, we're not talking about Nathan Wade. We're talking about Fani Willis at the end of the day.
Yeah,
If sh
Nathan Wade don't. Yeah, I mean he's a small
so
part of the cause. I'm
if
not tripping.
if Fani Willis is disqualified, that disqualifies the whole office.
No, it
That's
doesn't,
what the
Black
yes,
Son.
it does. That's what the lawyers say. Who,
It
How
what?
so?
based on where you sit, where do you get your information? Because I got these from two attorneys.
I'm gonna get my information on common sense. There's a
Right.
chain of command in the
Okay,
DA's office.
Okay.
If
Okay.
the
So
if the head of the chain of command is Fani Willis, then it goes, it drops down from person to person to person to person to person.
okay,
If I get rid of Fani Willis, then the next person up will then be what, Black Son? District attorney.
okay. I'm
That
going
didn't
based
have
on what the
nothing to
attorney
do with
said.
nothing.
So the attorney, that's what the attorney said. So I'm just going based on what the attorney said. I'm not an
okay.
attorney. You're not an attorney. So I'm going based on what the attorney said.
I disagree with the attorney. I
Okay,
that's
okay,
non sequitur to
okay.
me. It don't matter if I'm attorney or not.
Being that they're attorneys, I agree with the attorneys based on them being attorneys and them taking the bar.
That,
Well,
that's fine.
Okay.
Go
it
ahead.
might be hard. I think it might be hard to prove misappropriation of funds. Not that I guess that really matters, but I think that it'll just be straight up an ethics violation, improper relationship, call it what you will,
Conflict of
because
interest.
conflict of interest. Thank you, and because it looks like Fani Willis billed $4,000 for meetings with White House officials. Now she can claim it looks like that she was interviewing them for information about the January 6th case. There might have been
Right.
people from Georgia who went up there, so they're going to act like it wasn't about the election case, perhaps. And then, as far as a misappropriation of funds, God, I think just the
Yeah.
threat of that will make her drop
Right.
out.
Right. I agree with that. And like I said, if it comes out and some money was spent on meeting with some White House officials or DOJ or whoever, I ain't got no problem with that, because I understand that that's them building a case. And
Right.
when it happened, the indictment wasn't out yet. So obviously they were building the case to something. We
Right.
just had no information on it. If money was used on that, cool. What I'm saying is, if they can prove that money was being used on trips,
Mm-mm.
Right.
vacations, boats, whatever it may, if they can prove that, they ass is grass.
So what you
I'm
gotta
not
they gotta
tripping on them.
prove they
I'm
gotta
not
prove
tripping on them
kickbacks.
moving. Yeah, they have to prove that Fulton County money was used on stuff like that. If they can prove that, it's a wrap.
So Sterling said that that'll be hard to prove. So Sterling, why do you say that?
Well, because I think that the guy got paid, and then he took
Okay.
his paycheck and spent it on his girl. And although that's it doesn't look good, I don't think that that's a misappropriation of funds necessarily. Um, it's not like they took the company's credit card and went on a shopping spree. It or the
I agree. I agree with that. If they can prove that's what happened, then yeah, it's over. But if Fannie Willis did the reach around in terms of looking at it as, okay, I'm paying this guy a salary, and
yeah,
then he turned around and broke me off, that's gonna be
yeah,
hard to prove.
yeah, yeah. I don't. Oof.
But isn't it easier to prove if you can prove of adultery, fornication, and all that shit?
What happened?
Can't you
Well,
show a
again,
motive?
ethics is that ain't got nothing to do with the integrity of the case. That's why I was trying
No,
to
no, no, no,
explain to
no.
you
I'm not
something.
saying integrity case. I'm saying strictly. I'm talking about the kickbacks. I'm trying to figure out if there was a motivation to make some money, more money here, unethically.
If you can prove it,
All
So
right.
how? Okay. So how would? Oh, I guess so. So being that that's your girlfriend, or that's your wife, that doesn't show motivate. What's the word? Motivation or what?
Intent.
Intent. Yeah, intent.
I
Like
mean, again,
MD. Okay, so you hire your
go
wife.
ahead.
You bypass all the veterans in your office. Because I'm sure you got people that been working there prosecuting cases, RICO cases, felony cases for 10 to 12 years. And you mean to tell me you bring in your girlfriend, you bring in your boo, the one you smacking cheeks with, and you bypass all the veterans over there? And, oh no, mind you, your girlfriend was doing traffic cases prior to this.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I mean, there. When you say intent, yeah, you may. There may be something against that, but from a criminality aspect, no, it wouldn't be.
I'm talking about from a criminality. I'm talking about building a case. I'm talking about they're building a case right now to show the intent, because Fani Willis, her salary is maxed out, and then it caps at a certain point.
Like
So you
200, I
mean,
think. It was
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah,
200.
yeah. So it's capped out. So you mean to tell me you don't bring your boo in to make some more money?
All right, here we go. And I'm sorry I've been quiet because I've been just reading. It's so hard. There's so many cases, and some of them are intertwined, and so I apologize. I do want to give the
No,
correct information here.
No, no, you good, you good.
yeah, you
So,
good, sir.
so would you say, would you consider that scenario a misappropriation of funds?
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess,
I'm showing motivation. I'm showing intent.
yeah, it's tough.
But where is the misappropriation of funds at? Where is the
It's
action being
called
taken?
kickbacks. Meaning you pay this man, your boy, your girlfriend, you pay her X amount of dollars, and y'all can goddamn pre-plan and make trips based on. But you try to cover it up saying, well, I'm paying my boo. But I can show
And
the intent of where. Wait a minute, y'all were planning this all along. Why did you pick
How can
this
you prove that they
person?
planned it?
Well, first of all, I can prove it because there's other. Would you say there's not other DAs in that office that are more experienced?
There are a
and
lot of DAs in that office that's more
Right.
experienced.
Oh, you argue my point. Right.
I
So
mean,
there's a lot
no,
of
not
DAs,
DAs, but it's a
special
lot of
attorneys.
prosecutors in the office
all right,
that
here we
that
go. Here we go. Here
got
we go.
way more experience than him.
And
Right.
also,
So why are you bypassing all them to hook up your boo, the
and
one
I
you
think
clapping cheeks with?
that like for a special prosecutor, they could bring in anybody. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be someone locally, or I mean they could search for the best in the country if I'm not mistaken. But here we go. This is from the Washington Post. This was from a couple of days ago, and the word that just stuck out to me, and I'm gonna find it, was fraud. Fraud that they could charge her with. Let me get this straight. Okay, here we go. Claiming, for example, that she joined him on multiple cruises and other trips that he paid for. That could amount to an act of fraud, or let me get this right, an impermissible conflict of interest under Georgia's rules of professional conduct. So it sounds like, well, fraud. I don't have to explain that. That's a criminal charge. And then impermissible conflict of interest. That's probably like an ethics charge, meaning like probably not any sort of like
That's
time.
under the ethics code. Yeah, right.
But fraud? Could it be
No,
fraud if they?
fraud, that's criminal. If they can prove fraud, it's over with.
Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading.
So are you saying they can't prove fraud, MD?
I know
You can
I'm not
say you
saying
can
they can't
pick
prove fraud. I'm
MD,
saying your scenario don't prove fraud.
MD. Okay, let's do it. Your girlfriend. You saying it's okay to bypass all these people with experience that have done
That's
RICO
not
cases.
fraud, Black Son.
No. But I'm gonna show kickback though. That's a kickback.
I'm reading.
So again,
If if
MD.
if
Let
if
me.
he's on salary, let's just keep it a
Yes.
buck. If
Okay.
he's on salary and he's in a relationship with Fannie Willis
Uh huh.
and he taking home trips, legally nothing is wrong.
Unless
That's a
she hired
kickback.
him.
That's a kickback.
Ethically,
That's a kickback.
well, you can't prove a kickback because it's his salary. You
Because
can't prove that. It'll
you're
be different.
bypassing, but you're bypassing all these other
That's
people.
that. But nobody said that you can't do that. What I'm saying is the only way that you're gonna be able to prove fraud is if Fulton County money was used by nefarious means. That's it. You talk about this man's salary at the end of the day. I can't go
Explain
off of fraud
a necessary.
from his salary.
So give me a nefarious scenario with
If
Anthony and Miss Channing.
if Fulton County checks was cut to
Mhm.
do the stuff that you saying that they did, that's fraud.
And
Okay, so you say Fulton County checks, meaning okay, so you can't funnel the
Meaning
Fulton County
directly
checks.
from Fulton County Treasury, directly from.
right, and who knows? They may be able to argue that in an attempt to cover it up, she had to hire him so that she could get it back, and maybe that would potentially
But
be
but but it's still his money at the end of the day.
it is.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're talking
Like,
about laundering. That's money laundering.
I mean,
That's laundering.
like you walking the tightrope with that.
It,
Money laundering would be putting money into a separate business to clean it. Like that ain't money laundering what they
So
doing.
me cutting you a check. Let's say I like okay, so I'm the head DA. I get money straight from Fulton County and I'm paying you. That's not laundering either.
No, it's not, because the money wasn't dirty to begin with. The money got to be dirty in order for it to be money laundering.
So then we're talking about fraud.
That's the def. We talking
So
about
okay, what
fraud.
is the charge if I take the money directly from the taxpayers and pay you? What do you call that?
That's called being a employee of Fulton County, which he was.
Oh, and then we take the same
That's
money
what
and
I'm
go on a
saying.
trip.
That's your money again, Black Son. It don't matter. You can look at it as a kickback all you want. I look at it as a kickback. I'm not disagreeing with you with it
right.
being a kickback. I'm telling you, it's his money. As an employee of Fulton County, he was allotted that
So
money through his salary. You ain't nothing you can do about it.
all you're doing is clearing him. You're not clearing her. You're clearing him.
I
Now,
ain't
I'm
clearing
not.
nobody. I'm telling you, he was an employee of Fulton County. So I'm not looking at tax. I'm not looking at it that way. She
They
hired him. Whether it was wrong or right or indifferent, that's not the issue. She hired him
So
there's
again,
as an
it's
employee of
questionable.
Fulton County. Huh?
there are
So
filings that
again, it's
claim. Go
okay.
go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Filings claim Willis improperly appointed Wade as special prosecutor to the case, and that the next indictment, or the following, and the indictment is tainted by their alleged ongoing relationship, which
Ethics.
the filing described as a breach of professional ethics. The
Exactly.
the filing
And
alleged
that's all you'll be able to prove with that. That's all you'll be able to prove.
the filing alleged that Wade used money he earned from Willis's office to fund trips with her. Something that they're saying could be viewed as an illegal kickback to an employer, or even a violation of Georgia's anti-racketeering statute.
There you go.
So,
Boom.
I disagree with that,
Boom.
but that's not
Boom. You can
a
disagree with it.
criminal charge. What
Yes,
I'm
it
saying,
is.
you say you okay,
an,
Black Son.
an illegal kickback,
Ethics and criminality is not what we talk. It's separate.
and you know what? But we, you know what? We're getting into the weeds. We're getting into the weeds. But it does bring up a good question of how it moves forward. Does she drop the charges? Is it dismissed? Does it get passed down to somebody? Is her whole office wiped out? There's a lot of questions here. So and all of them are valid. But it looks
Well,
like Trump's team is counting this as a dub.
yeah.
And they should. What I'm saying is, as far as the relationship goes, me personally, I believe she will be forced to step down and somebody else will take charge of the case. That's my opinion. But on a criminal aspect, if they can prove Fulton County money directly, like you digging into the pot and directly using it for personal reasons, that's fraud. If they can prove that, everybody done. Everybody. Not necessarily in the fact that I'm saying that everybody's guilty, but as far as this case goes, it's illegitimate. If
Check
that
this
make any
out.
Gotcha.
sense.
Yeah, it
Check
makes
this out.
perfect sense. Yeah.
This is an interesting little tidbit. The filing alleges that Willis did not obtain proper permission from Fulton County commissioners to hire Wade, and that he failed to properly file a sworn oath as a special prosecutor. An argument that McAfee, I'm not sure who that is, previously rejected when other defendants filed a similar motion last year, describing it as a parent of,
Oh, she's
of both?
toast.
I'm getting confused here.
Oh,
And
she's toast.
Yeah, that's a whole nother aspect. If he wasn't sworn in as an officer in Fulton County, then that make him illegitimate altogether.
Oh, she's
this is a
toast.
joke. This is a joke. And like, I mean, you can get buried in all this. It's really tough for me right now. My coffee hadn't kicked in, and there's so many articles out there. But I always go back to what the fuck was she thinking? Like, what was she thinking?
I,
Like, did
I know what she was thinking
What was she
what?
thinking, MD?
about them cheeks getting clapped because obviously he was doing it beforehand.
Yeah, so they were already in a relationship, and you if you want
I
to
can
make,
only assume.
and so it would be valid to follow the money and say she did it for the money, but that would be so foolish because if you win this case, the rest of your life is going to be sad. Book deals,
It exactly.
promotions.
That's why I don't think she did it for the money. I just think she was incompetent in the process that was taking place in order to make sure the case was solid.
I
I don't
can't.
think it was about money at all.
Amazing.
Talking about Fani Willis, she went from being assistant DA to now being
The head
on
DA.
news, national news every night. She gonna get hers on the back end either way it goes. I don't think she was thinking about money. I think it was a dumb move on her end. That's what I think it is. She was being incompetent. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
And
But
he
but
and he was
it's
sloppy
gonna be
too
to her
because
detriment though.
he was being sloppy too because the Biden administration didn't want to be tied to this. And he wrote out a receipt because he wanted to get paid. He wanted that moolah. So he kind of fucked up too, though, MD.
I agree.
Yeah, he should have like why he could. I mean, he ain't getting enough money. 600,000. He got a damn tax Biden administration for a phone call or a video, whatever the hell
Now,
Sterling said
now,
he
now you
did.
keep
Damn.
saying this. You keep saying this 600,000 number. How was he getting paid 600? He was basically getting paid more than Fannie Willis was. How was that possible?
You explain that to me,
I
MD.
don't know. Shit, I don't know.
That's what the Atlanta Journal Constitution says. They got records. They don't only got records of 600,000. They got records of receipts with him charging Biden administration 24 hours. He charged 24 hours. Like, dude's greedy as
Say
fuck.
so he didn't
Hell,
clock out is what you say. He just rolled the
he didn't
clock.
clock out. That's what the goddamn receipts say. That's what the receipt. You laughing? That's what the receipts say, bro. It's sloppy.
Man, he
I
just
was
he
trying
just
to call
rolled
you.
the clock.
He's rolled the clock, bro. He charged him
Damn.
24 hours for a conference. We don't even. Hell, the longest show we done was 6 hours. 24 hours, MD.
Hey, I can't make heads or tails of it, man.
Yeah. Hey, can you bring
I,
in Sterling? Cause I came in through the back end, man. I can't control the panel.
okay, all right.
Yeah, I came in through the back end, man. Cause it works better if I come in through the back end. I get a better reception, but if I come in through the front end, I get all kind of interference. So that's why I had to come in. That's why you had to let me up.
I got you. Yeah, we're gonna get through this. But the filings say, and I'm gonna use the restroom real quick after I tell you this because this answers a few questions. The filings that they filed request to remove 7 of the charges against Trump. This is what his lawyers have done. They were trying to remove 7 of the charges, and they're trying to get what it says is Willis and her whole staff removed. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Okay, so this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
recent.
I don't see how. Like I said, I can
All
see
right,
them
all right, all right. So you know what?
dismissed.
Okay,
Go ahead.
MD. I will concede. Meaning, if Fanny and Wade loses, it'll go down. So I mean, you make a good argument. However, I heard some attorney talk. I don't know. So for the sake of argument, I will concede to that. But let's get back to Wade. Let's get to his greedy ass. So yeah, he charged 24 hours, bro. Let's get back to that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know how you do that. I wish I could charge 24 hours.
Yeah, I wish I could too.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that's kind of weird. And You
Weird
know,
is greedy. It's just greed. It ain't weird. It's greed. Shit, that was
well,
damn.
well. Also, you gotta understand. Was he doing that as a officer of Fulton County, or did he just do that personally? Did did did
Um,
did he personally charge? Okay, all right. Let's put it like this. So whoever in the White House, whether it was DOJ, White House
well, they had the
correspondent,
ledger. They had the Fulton County ledger, so he did it as an officer. So he had
so
the
he did it
Fulton
as an
County
officer.
ledger.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, he did.
So
Yes.
he charged the
The
White
White
House
House.
people
Yeah. Yes.
24 hours. Did they bill that to Fulton County or him?
They
Believe
built it.
I
Well,
believe he met with the White House, but he billed it to either Fulton County or the state of Georgia. I can't exactly or Willis's office directly, and I'll have to go back and check the hours. But they're fucked. They are really fucked, and it looks like they're trying to claim that she sent him to meet with them about the January 6th case. But that's so they might have some precedent to say, oh well, we can meet with the White House about that case because it's
Well,
federal.
so yeah, so that's DOJ he met with then. If he was meeting, if he was meeting about the January 6th case, he was meeting with DOJ. Basically, he was
no,
meeting with
that's
Jack
he
Smith
met two
people.
different times. So he met with DOJ and he met with the White House. It's a whole separate one with the White House.
It says that he when he wrote the receipts, it was like meeting with White House counsel,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what White House count. I don't know what that means.
the the,
Maybe, yeah,
Somebody in the White
maybe,
House.
the
Somebody.
lawyers,
yeah.
White House
Yeah.
lawyers that represent the White House, and, yeah, the administration. Um,
Oh, okay.
and ugh, what a mess.
It's a mess, ain't it, Sterling?
It's a mess. I just can't believe how foolish she would be to have such an opportunity, and then all right, let's say that she thought he was qualified, right? Let's say that she felt like she could make the argument that he was qualified.
Yeah.
How do you think that they're not gonna? How are you gonna go on vacations together and all that? Like they're not gonna catch you on that.
Right.
Like
Which they're
if you slip him through the cracks somehow, which is crazy, as an unqualified special prosecutor, special
which
counsel.
He was slipping through the cracks. All right.
stupid MD. Hey, I'm gonna
That's
tell
exactly what
y'all,
he was doing.
MD, your whole tone changed ever since you done find out she got her cheese clap. Your whole tone done changed, MD.
Hey, like I said again, I'm
No,
not
no,
I'm
no,
not
MD.
discounting. Listen,
MD,
I'm not
MD,
discounting the
MD,
case. I'm not discounting the case. I'm
MD,
just
no, MD,
her
MD.
if it's true.
I'm talking about you, MD. Your whole
What's up,
tone has changed towards Fani Willis ever since you found out she didn't got her cheeks clapped.
bro? Again, I'm not
You
discrediting the
dancing.
case within it. I ain't dancing.
You dance right
I'm
now.
not. I'm not discrediting the
I ain't
case
talking.
whatsoever.
I ain't talking about the case. I'm talking about how you feel towards Fani Willis.
Well, how am I supposed to feel about Fannie Willis? They ain't got shit to do with me.
I don't know. You felt a certain way towards her. Now you're feeling a whole different way. Now you're talking
Well,
about her cheeks got clapped.
What are you saying? I had some type of fixation on
I'm just saying your
type of
tone has
shit.
changed.
Hey, listen, man.
look, cheeks were
Hey,
clapped.
hell,
Man, the cheeks are
maybe
clapped.
maybe I should have tried to clap cheek, and I would have had $600,000. So
Maybe
hey,
not.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I know I'm teasing you, MD. Go ahead.
Right.
Shit.
But this is
Hell, if I was in that position, I probably would have did the same damn thing. I
Okay.
ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
You gonna offer me how much money? I got to do what? Whatever
right,
you say. You know what I'm saying?
right. But but then to be so sloppy to go on vacation, y'all should have not even been meeting, for coffee and staying late together. Like you should have been real careful about this. And I just can't believe that part. And what we're doing really, where we kind of got a little bit into the weeds, we were really trying to just figure out what happens next, right? What happens next? And so that's why you really do have to think about, oh, is it going to get charged? Is it going to be dismissed? And I don't think we're going to answer that question today, fellas, because I think it's going to take judges and attorneys and private meetings and chambers to find out exactly, do they step down? Is it dismissed? Do we pass it off to someone else? I've been reading articles this whole time, and I just can't seem to find anybody who knows the
She's
answer.
toast. She's toast. Well, to reinforce that, Sterling, they have several investigators on this thing right now, and receipts are popping up as we talk. Like, more receipts done popped up. This is more sensational than the Epstein case right now. Like, receipts are popping up, like vacation receipts. Goddamn. But let me ask you this question: how do you date somebody and not go on vacations?
How do you date somebody and not?
I mean, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to like worry about shit like that. That's why I say I don't put much into the whole relationship.
Okay.
If they was fucking, it was fucking fine, whatever. All I'm saying is,
but
in the aspect of how money,
be doing that, MD, you're not supposed to be fucking other attorneys.
I know. I said it's a conflict of interest. I agree with that, but I'm not putting any stake in it in terms of the case itself.
So I'm trying to help them out right now. So how do you date somebody that you're not supposed to date? Like, they can revoke your bar. The bar can revoke your license.
You're right. They can.
How do you date? Like, okay, Fani Willis is fine to you. You want to clap them cheeks. How do you not jeopardize your license and her license? Like, how do you definitely don't go on vacation.
And that's the bad part about it. Hell, we black folks, we know about the sneaky links.
Right.
So they didn't even try to do the sneaky link. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, he didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? He was professing his love, whatever the situation may be.
What that gets down to is they both violated ethics by being involved with each other.
Yes.
Right. I agree with that.
You can make the case that she hired him because of their personal relationship, and you could make the argument that that's how he got the job, and they both gone is what I'm trying to say.
And MD, they toast, because MD, lawyers and judges that are looking at this, they're not happy about this, because this is a representation.
I agree. Yeah, of course
that's like me and you. We truck drivers, right? And a motherfucker just willingly go out there drunk driving and shit. We don't say revoke his license. Are we not? You're not supposed to drink and drive.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And that goes, and like I said, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I agree that they need to be up out of there. If it turns out they was in a relationship, they need to be gone.
Oh, they can prove that.
Which example? Again, you gotta, as truck drivers, we're not supposed to drink and drive in any capacity, whether it be in the truck or in the goddamn car. Because either way, your CDL gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So you ain't gonna get no argument from me with that. What I'm saying is, make a distinction between the two situations. From an ethics standpoint, yes, they will be gone. In my opinion, that's not going to take away from the integrity of the case. On the other hand,
I didn't say that.
I didn't say you said that. I didn't say you said that.
Right, I didn't say that.
I ain't say you said that. But what I'm saying is, they can be disbarred, they can be removed. A plethora of things can happen to them. On the other hand, from a criminality aspect, if you can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, and I think that's what they're working toward, the actual Fulton County money, meaning straight from the treasury of Fulton County, was used in any capacity by nefarious means, dealing with the relationship is over. It's a wrap. The case is gone. It's as if it never existed.
At the very least, I think we could agree, and let me know. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. But at the very least, this whole case has been paused. It's been paused for a while till they work this whole thing out. And like, I do agree that it'll probably get dropped or dismissed. And then it could potentially be up to a new DA office if they want to refile those charges, would be my guess. And this is going to be but from everything I read, it's going to be a very long process if the new DA even attempts to refile those charges. But this is a lot of speculation.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll accept that.
Where do we go from here, y'all?
I'll agree to that scenario.
All right, underrated
Hey,
darkness says I'm
I don't
back.
know.
Underrated darkness might be backstage, or no, it's in the regular chat. My bad. All right, so what have we not cleared up? What are the questions from the chat too? Let us know, and I'll Google it.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though, and this is the part that I think is not getting talked about as much. Remember, there's 18 other co-defendants in those cases. A lot of, well, hell, you might as well say the bulk of them got their own separate defense.
Right.
Is it a situation where they follow suit based
Oh,
on?
so let me answer that. Let me answer that right now. This is not Trump's attorney. This is one of his co-defendant attorneys that brought this up.
That's right.
Oh well, there you go.
There you go.
Hmm.
Trump's attorney people haven't even started. This is one of his co-defendants. His co-defendant, let me tell you, MD, they want him to plead out. They say, no, we fighting this shit.
And
Well,
maybe
hell, remember, it's a couple folks that done pleaded out already.
No, that's fine. I got you. There's right. There's some people that pleaded out. This lawyer said we fighting this. We taking it all the way.
some people pleaded out that was involved that Trump. Some people got prosecuted for this same charge. Where they plead out to?
They plead out the lesser charges.
Huh. So,
meaning they dropped the RICO basically.
Yeah, they dropped the RICO. At the end of the day, what they're doing is they playing chess. They trying to get everybody else out the way to substantiate the RICO. Remember, the RICO is based off a hierarchy. Like it's a charge based off a hierarchy.
So would you say this is
If the lesser, huh?
Say this is a brick wall in that process?
No, I'm not saying it's a brick wall. No, what I'm saying is they're using the.
They can get their license potentially revoked, and this is not a brick wall. What?
No, I'm not. No. Listen to what I'm saying, Black Son. I'm strictly talking about RICO. That's it. I'm talking about the process of the RICO charge.
Okay.
I ain't even talking about that part.
Okay.
What I'm saying is they trying to play chess in the aspect of getting the other co-defendants to basically plead to a lesser charge and bolster the RICO on Donald Trump.
Right.
Do that, and that's the strategy.
It makes perfect sense. And what me and Sterling discussed earlier before you got here was now let me ask you this: were they expecting any of his co-defendants to fight back? That's what I'm asking you.
I mean, it's got to be part of the strategy. I mean, you can't expect everybody to plea out. That'd be dumb.
No, I disagree with that. Well, exactly, it is dumb. I'm saying that Fani Willis under Paul Howard, they normally deal with people who plea out. This is common. They might.
I mean, hell, that's court 101.
That's court 101, right? So this is the first time they have fired somebody with Trump's magnitude, with Trump's money. Meaning not only Trump's money, but his co-defendants got long money to goddamn dig into the fact that goddamn Mr. Anthony Wade went through a divorce, and now they're unsealing that divorce. They got investigators looking at every receipts. Like, the common person don't have the resources to do that, is what I'm saying. And they have gotten comfortable. They have gotten so. Fani Willis, I know personally, has gotten so comfortable under Paul Howard that she came under Paul Howard's thumb of everybody just playing out. Very rarely did they get a unicorn in there cranking up a case. But now that they got somebody like Trump, they're like, oh shit. And one of his co-defendants is actually the one that did this, not Trump. One of his co-defendants are the ones that's looking into goddamn Wade and the whole goddamn receipts, and they got investigators on this shit. Yeah, they're toast, man. They're toast.
And the co-defendant could probably get the case dropped for all of them. You know what I mean? Which is probably why maybe Trump didn't. His lawyers haven't done it yet because they're confident that if they get the charges dismissed on this guy, all of them's getting dismissed. Because listen to this though. That's even. I'm just going to start in the middle of this right here. That's even as he left his wife. Talking about Wade, he left his wife of 26 years, literally the day after Willis hired him.
Wow.
And Wade's wife has, maybe you already knew this, and Wade's wife has subpoenaed Willis to testify in the divorce case, apparently to testify as to just when the alleged affair began. This is amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you what I think happened. This is just my opinion, Sterling. They done goddamn fished. They might like say might have came to. They say, you know what, we're gonna pay for your divorce. I bet you that's what they did to slow this thing down. Oh, that's playing chess all right. Yeah, they playing chess all right.
Either of the two right lanes.
Hey, you use that angle. Hey, like I said, it's a number of scenarios that you could look at this with and try to come up with the final conclusion.
She's racked up
But
multiple guilty pleas from various Trump associates, but only to minor charges with ultralight sentences and nothing that can bolster the central conspiracy claim. I'm just reading random.
I think that's the long game that she's playing. Like that's like what I just said. Like she's trying to get these other co-defendants to go lesser charge, because if you look at what the agreement to the pleas are, is to testify against Trump. So, like that's the main plea agreement. So again, it's like Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But hey, I gotta do something real quick. If y'all still on in like 15, 20 minutes, I'll be right back.
All right.
Because I need to get at you, Black Son, about the debate last night. Let me just say this. Ron DeSantis won the debate last night, and that's all I say.
Oh, congratulations, Ron DeSantis. Okay. Now, before you go, could you open up the door before you go? Because I know you got to get back to work, MD. You got to tell me your take on Chris Christie saying, goddamn, Nikki Haley ain't got a chance in hell. Your man. That's your man.
How's that, my man? What made you think that?
You ain't got a whole lot of time. Speak on it. Just speak on it, bro.
Nah, bro. No, bro. Nah. Hold on.
It's a lot to respond to.
You just gave me a position that I don't have. Who said Chris Christie was my man? That's what I need to know. Before I can go any further.
Once upon a time, you said I'm looking at Chris Christie. You did say that. Don't make me dig up that show.
Yeah, I said Chris Christie. Hell, okay. I even said Chris Christie won one of those debates. Okay, but how was that my man? I just said Ron. So Ron DeSantis won a debate last night. Is that my guy?
Well,
okay. You know what you got.
I just want to say that I think that we can basically say that we wrapped up the whole Willis Wade situation, right? I mean, I don't think there's anything left to really talk about there. I've read everything. So who was in this debate last night exactly? DeSantis, Haley, and who else?
Just those two.
That was it. That was it. But I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
You tell me, Black Son. Did we wrap everything up there? Because I feel like I don't want to get bogged down.
I mean, hell, you dug up a lot of stuff, and I can imagine just from what you dug up, Sterling. I'm sure those private investigators are digging up a lot more. So this ain't going nowhere. So yeah, we can close it out for now, but more shit's gonna come out. I guarantee that.
Absolutely, because I was under pressure reading every article, and there doesn't seem to be a conclusion. It doesn't seem to be the next step. I couldn't find what's likely going to happen next. But yeah, so we have to wait.
Sterling, their response. What was their response to this? That's what we didn't touch on. Yeah, what was
who?
Fani and Wade's response to these allegations.
All that I could see is that her spokesperson has commented on the subpoena for her to show up at the divorce trial, right?
Okay.
And they gave just basically, I'll paraphrase, it was just basically like a very confident response that she is going to go there and she's going to cooperate and she is ready to clear her name or meet with they're acting like they're confident and she's going to go, and I don't know, but I still think she's going to plead the fifth, even though they didn't say that. They didn't come out and say that, but they made it seem like she's going to go there and cooperate and be confident, but she damn sure ain't going to admit to what's really going on. Is she going to get up there and lie? Is she going to get up there and say, "Hey, look, we were on the same team, so we took vacations together. It was like a work. It was a work vacation, you know,
Right.
because it's an intense case, and he was up for vacation and I was too. It just made sense. It was convenient. Is that
Wow.
that's not going to fly?
That's not gonna fly. I can tell you that right now. That's not gonna fly.
My God, because
Yeah.
they got text messages. They're gonna be nude pics in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah,
Yes.
I haven't seen any response from the special counsel, but
Okay.
the DA office has said that they go into the divorce trial and go from there, and they're confident.
I'm
But
saying they're gonna quietly dismiss Trump's case.
I think
Oh, they can't quietly do it, huh? They can't quietly do that because it's the
I think
biggest case.
DA can drop charges on anybody, whenever they want. They can drop it.
Yeah, but they can't do it quietly though.
Oh hell no, hell no. They can drop a case against me and you quietly, but nothing like it. Hell no. Everybody's all over this. So
Right.
yeah, so it's either that the judge dismisses it, but I don't think it can go on. I I don't. Oh, shit. I don't know.
Just based on ethics alone, I don't think it can go on.
Jesus. Well, all right. Okay. So what's next? We're gonna talk. You want to talk about the debate, or you want to save that, or um,
Did you see? Because I didn't see. I watched the town hall because you had three things going on. You had a Trump town hall, then you had Vivek's town hall, then you had the debate. So I had to make a choice, so I chose to watch Trump.
okay. So wait. Let's go over that again. So
Okay.
You had DeSantis and Haley.
Yes.
A battle for second place, a battle for the
Yes.
loser, who's going to be the biggest loser, and who's going to
Yes.
be the lesser loser.
Yes.
And then Trump had you said a town hall.
Yeah. Trump had a town hall. Yeah. He was answering questions. So basically, if you're in the audience, you could ask Trump questions. Um,
And what
based
ne-
on his policies, whatnot. And I
Okay,
believe Vivek did the same thing. So I'm gonna
You-
watch Vivek's one. I'm gonna watch his tonight.
who did the same thing? You said.
Huh?
You said
Oh,
who did this?
Vivek. Oh, Vivek Swami. Vivek Swami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did a town hall also.
So, all right. So let's maybe jump into that because I'll be honest, I'm not interested in who won between DeSantis and Haley. I mean,
I'm not either.
yeah. I mean, for what purpose? And I really don't care what a bigger loser, Chris Christie, thinks about it.
Right,
And
I agree.
for him to say that Nikki Haley ain't got a chance, then what you got, Chris Christie? Is he
Right.
even is he even still in the race? I don't even know.
No, he's not in the race no more. That's why he made that big
Okay.
announcement. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That was him bowing out, basically.
My goodness. Because that's how much
Yeah.
I keep up with it because it's just irrelevant. Like all of them's irrelevant, and I noticed that by the polls from the very beginning, months ago, 6 months ago. Trump
Thanks.
was always going to win this nomination.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this town hall that Trump did, that's what I'm interested in because, the way you described it was like, if you're there, you could ask a question.
Right.
But I've seen these town halls before and it is scripted. They had to
Yeah,
turn
it's
this.
scripted. Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially when they asked him about the abortion, that shit was definitely scripted because they're
Okay.
trying to get a gotcha moment. They trying to rally up people on the left because people on the left are anti they're
Pro-choice.
pro-abortion, right, pro-choice. So yeah, that's the only thing that they can use against Trump to rally up people on the left because right now people on the left are not. I mean, with the whole Palestine-Israel situation, people on the left are split. Would you not agree? Because I know
I would absolutely agree.
right.
And
So
yeah, I mean, like, why ask Trump about that when Biden's the one in charge of the country now and responding to that situation, right?
right,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah. Okay. So let me ask you this: do you watch the whole thing? The Trump debate, the Trump town
Yes,
hall.
I watched it twice. Yes, yes.
I guarantee you that they didn't ask him about the Epstein papers,
No, they didn't.
but they've already asked Clinton. They already asked Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
They called Bill Clinton. Did I tell you that they've called Bill Clinton a couple times, walking out of places
yeah,
to the point where they're now hiding out in Mexico.
yeah, yeah. Not only that, Bill and Hillary shut down their social media accounts too. Totally shut down.
But did they ask Donald Trump about it? Hell no. And
No,
how long?
no.
How long can Donald Trump get a pass on that? Because you know, there's a long. It's going to be a long election, and somewhere at some time, somebody's going to yell out something about them Epstein papers, and they would love to not let that person ask the question. Of course, in the microphone on the town hall, they can control that.
Right, right,
But
absolutely.
there's no way he gets through the next whatever months without somebody somewhere yelling out some profane things that aren't going to look good. And
Well, I will say this. I will say this, and I have observed something very strange. Ever since the Epstein papers, because Fox and the mainstream media has been very hostile towards Trump. Actually, in that town hall, they were very cordial. They were very nice to Trump. I haven't seen that in a long time. So yeah, that was kind of suspicious. I will admit that.
why you think that is?
I think they know Trump is going to win, and they're trying to clean up as much as they can because
Right?
this whole Epstein thing has turned not only DC but Hollywood. Hell, it's turned our whole country upside down. So it's really, yeah, it's like, uh,
And maybe they don't want to get cut out again.
right.
Do you remember like who was hosting? I don't even know who's at Fox News now. Like, was it
It was actually Kelly. It was Megan Kelly actually last time. Megan Kelly.
Megan Kelly works for Fox News?
No, no, no. She no longer works for them, but I believe they contracted her back just for one debate or something. But she left them or she got fired or whatever it was, and they asked her to come back for the last Republican primary. But yeah, she been left.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. But that might be a different rabbit hole there because I saw some clips that looked like it was like News Nation or News Max. I can't really remember. Where's Sean Hannity right now? Do you know what station is he with?
Uh, no, he's still with Sean Hannity's still with Fox. Yeah.
Then why wouldn't he have been the one there?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, no. He did the last town hall with Trump.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, he did the last time. That's right, he sure did. Yeah, he did the last town hall with Trump.
And that wouldn't look good if it's always the same host. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Because Megyn Kelly and Trump have sparred in the past
Yes,
during a
yes, they
debate.
have. That's why I was surprised on her show last night. Seemed like she was defending Trump because she was attacking Fani Willis, or maybe she just don't like the fact because Megan Kelly has a bar associate. She has a license to be a lawyer. Maybe she just didn't like the fact that she'd seen two other lawyers being unethical. She didn't like that.
Hmm. Okay. 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 So, all right. All right. Hmm. I want to know, just generally, what the consequences towards Trump will be for his name being in these papers. And I'm not talking about criminal. I'm not saying he did it, but I want to see this thing to play out fairly, and I want everybody on that list to be in front of a camera and a microphone and have to answer some tough questions. And when will that happen, and for how long? And will it happen, you know, from a news agency? Or will it just happen naturally on the streets?
So to answer your question, let me ask you a question. Did you see when Biden went in front of Congress and they started asking him questions and he just walked out? Hunter
Exactly.
Biden? Okay,
Exactly.
so
Yes. That's my. And
okay,
what happened? Tell him.
he walked out. He walked out basically, and he was like, it was a whole fiasco. I mean, shit, it was bedlam. It was
I,
crazy.
I watched a clip of it, and it looked like they were going around the room, and these I think they're Congress
Yeah,
people.
Congress. Yeah, Congress. Yep.
Marjorie Taylor Greene
Yep.
was there, and when it got to her, his whole crew walked out.
Yep. Got up and left.
He went outside to give some sort of like little statement press conference, right?
Yep.
Big mistake.
Yep.
Big mistake, because the question I heard somebody yell out to him was about crack.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Did you
heard
see?
that.
Did
I
you see
did
that?
see that.
Yeah, it was like,
Yes, I did.
how much crack do you use, or what kind of crack do you use?
What kind of
Something
Yeah,
like that.
that's right.
So, all right, and I like that, by the way. Which, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Make Hunter Biden look bad about with the crack? It's
Right.
all over YouTube. You know what I mean? So, like,
Right.
but that's fair. I think it should happen that way, and
Right.
Trump should be held to the same standard, and he will be. And will that hurt him? I somehow think that Trump's better at facing allegations like this. He's better at just dismissing it from the very fake news. It's completely fake.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just won't even address it.
Right.
Hmm.
But when you talked about the Epstein list, you're talking about a whole another ball game, because I mean, obviously we have Clinton on there, and what's being done.
So I've bounced around to a lot of panels, and
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what we discussed about those papers. So
Well,
basically, go ahead.
you said you're going to do a standalone show, and you're going to bring a list, and we're
Oh,
just going to
okay.
do because I said we probably have to do a standalone because that's a long list.
And
That's a long
and
list.
you're not wrong. And whether or not you want to get into the details of that here and now, well, what I'll just say before that is it is a long list. And let me just tell you generally what I found. It's very difficult to find that list.
Right. Yeah, I
Now,
remember you told me that. Yep.
I did, okay, because it's buried in all these pages, pages and pages and pages. And there's fake lists out there.
Right.
And the list doesn't seem to say how many times they went there, if that matters to you. Some people might think it's worse if you kept going back there, you know. So
Right.
this information is hard, even though it's published, it's hard to comb through it, and they don't make it easy, I think, for a reason.
So how do we authenticate the list, number one, and how we know, because they redacted the list, so it's kind of like it's been
No,
compromised.
well, that's a good question, because I think that what was redacted, we saw pictures of it and we couldn't really tell what was what. And then
Hmm.
the judge in this case, in I guess it was the Ghislaine Maxwell case, even though she's been sentenced, for some reason she decided to unredact the documents, pretty much to release the documents. And but it's weird because it's so much after the fact, right?
Right.
But to answer your question, how do we authenticate them? Like, these are the official list turned into the court and then
Right.
released by the court.
Right.
So I guess you probably have to be on a federal list to get in a private jet and travel anywhere. There's got to be list of who's on what plane,
Right.
and I assume that they got subpoenaed for it, and the judge decided to release it.
Mm.
Now, some of the names on there, I don't know. I don't remember what we talked about,
Yeah, well, I
but
knew we talked about Michael Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio. We talked about Kevin Spacey. So yeah, we brought up some names that were that they I want to say was the first row of names we recognized right away.
right,
You
right, right,
know,
right.
right. So of course we're gonna see the celebrities right away because we know who they are. Um, and I pointed out that I looked past all the celebrities and I went straight towards like the Koch brothers, like people who were funding these politicians. That's what I looked at right
Well,
away. The
well,
judge. Yeah.
if I've used these punchlines, I'm going to feel corny. But, like, in a way, it is easier to try to pinpoint who ain't on the list, rather than than who is. But because, for example, you good?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
For example, there's some notable names that ain't on that list. Biden's. Obamas. You know, the dude that was on like big names. The guy on Twitter, the guy from Amazon. Um, they're not on the list, and but Trump is. And what's weird is Trump, they allege, borrowed his jet and took it to Epstein's apartment in New York City. Now, yeah, let's face, yeah, nothing wrong there. Like, you know, because Trump doesn't have a jet that he could use his own jet. He doesn't have plenty of places to crash in New York City, so naturally he has to borrow Epstein's jet and stay at Epstein's house.
But didn't they say that they had another list with the victims, and then Trump's name was cleared on that? They asked because they were trying to pin Trump with the victims. So now I get what you're saying. So you got a list on the jet, and then you got a list of victims who have pointed out, yeah, he's the one. He, like with Andrew, they're saying, yeah, he's the one. With Clinton, yeah, he's the one. Is Trump involved? Oh no, you sure? No, are you double sure? Like they really wanted to pin Trump with the victims.
Well, okay. Let's see here.
So I get what you're saying about, yeah. Now, and remember, Trump cut off Epstein after he got convicted the first time. So, what I mean, the whole flight back and forth still went on after the fact. After he got convicted, Prince Charles was still his friend, and Clinton was still his friend after the fact, after he got convicted. Now, Trump was saying, yeah, I knew him before he got convicted, but once he got convicted, he cut all ties. He severed all ties with Epstein.
Okay, all right. But answer me this: if it was before that Epstein got convicted, I just think that does it look strange for him to be on Epstein's jet instead of his own, and staying at Epstein's house instead of his own, or is that something that might usually happen? I don't know. And if he was staying over there, why, when he's asked, he always wants to act like you don't even know who Epstein is? Oh, I didn't really know him. I don't really know the guy. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, but we were talking about Epstein's apartment compared to Epstein Island, though. See, Epstein Island and Lolita Express are specifically tied to the island, where the children are at. The children are on the island because of the jurisdictions. I don't think Epstein would have had all the shenanigans going on here in the U.S. That's why he had the island. Once you come off the island, you're off a certain jurisdiction. And Epstein will know this because he's had Supreme Court officials on that list, on the island, not at Epstein's New York apartment, but at the island. So when you talk about lists, I'm specifically talking about Epstein Island and Lolita Express to go to the island.
So the Lolita Express is the name of the jet that Epstein had, and right. I guess he would use it to fly people to his island, which I don't think there's any record of Trump going to that island, but I'm gonna have to double check. Okay. Because let's read this. 2 days ago, this came out from CNBC, and it says in newly revealed documents, Epstein victim. Hold on, it's loading. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I clicked it, now I can't find it now. Because it does name Donald Trump, and it does involve a victim. All right, here we go. In recently disclosed legal documents, a victim of Epstein, Sarah Ransom, claimed that former U.S. President Donald Trump was frequently involved in sexual relations with one of her acquaintances at Epstein's New York residence. Sarah Ransom and Elizabeth Stein, who are victims of Jeffrey Epstein, are seen in this picture above. And Sarah Ransom, in a set of emails from 2016, further asserted that she possessed recordings featuring Epstein's high-profile associates, including Trump, another former U.S. President Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, and Richard Branson, engaging in sexual activities with an unidentified woman. Now, they don't say that she's if she's unidentified, then how the hell are we gonna know how old she is?
Or okay, so she's saying she's saying that she has sexual relations with Trump.
This person is basically what it sounds like to me is that she's claiming that she has knowledge of Trump having or sex with one of her friends, or
Okay,
someone
what's
that
the name of her friend?
that's what it says. It's an unidentified woman.
Yeah, that's a little. So is he say, she say?
Yeah. And-
So you
yeah.
mean she has a friend and she can't identify this friend?
Okay, so all right, so let me read it again. Let me read it again.
Okay.
Because it says it's that Donald Trump was frequently involved in sexual relations with one of her acquaintances. And
Okay, so this
Epstein, yeah,
so this person who's talking, let's do this. What is her
huh?
name? What
Her
is
name is
her
Sarah.
name?
Her name is Sarah Ransom, and she was allegedly one of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. And
Got
it
you.
seems
Okay,
like,
so Sarah. Okay, so Sarah. Okay, Sarah.
yeah, and it
Okay.
seems
So
it,
Sarah allegedly she wasn't molested by Trump, but
no,
allegedly she had a friend that was molested by Trump. Is that what you're saying?
yes, she was victimized by Jeffrey Epstein herself.
Right. She was victimized by Jeffrey Epstein, but she was never
Correct.
victimized by Trump. Correct?
Correct. This article does not list
Okay.
who that person was and whether
Okay.
the victim of Trump was even underage. And it doesn't tell us whether or not we're going to find out who that was at maybe at a later date. hmm Does she
So
know who?
Sarah doesn't know the name of her friend.
The article doesn't say whether she does or not. And it doesn't say whether that she, maybe it's hearsay without the victim's, testimony and whatnot. I don't know. Unless, I don't know. But, here we go. I'm still reading. So, but okay, but hold on. There's videotapes of it.
Uh-huh.
Videotapes. So, she claims that she saw the videotapes of Trump and her friend getting it on.
Okay.
If that ever comes out, because here's what I'm looking for now. I think that in 2016, this person's name was named in the press, and we knew who she was, and she was very much underage. And then she withdrew the claims, right? Because she was allegedly getting death threats. Now, if that's the same person Sarah's talking about, then we will be able to establish how old that person was. We
So
might
we
not get.
can't. So we can't find any articles on this person.
That's what I'm gonna look for now. That's
Okay.
what I'm looking for now. And boy, oh boy.
And you said something earlier, like how do we know Biden was on the list? Because we know Biden is a pedophile.
That's what
We
I'm
know
saying.
yeah, we know Biden's a pedophile. So I find it hard to believe that Biden wasn't on this list when he's an open pedophile.
Biden, Hunter Biden,
Yeah.
they are not on the list. The
Sounds like
Obama
some redaction going on because yeah, Biden is a straight pedophile.
and and the Koch brothers aren't on this list, but I feel like the Koch brothers are the type that cut the check to Epstein. They're high up. They're too high up for
Absolutely.
this kind of shit, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I said that list was redacted. So it's like,
The
I'm
the
like,
the ones I read another article that says that it alluded to the people that were redacted on this
uh,
list are are
mm-hmm,
are victims of Ghislaine Maxwell, and there were victims in that case with her and Epstein, and that they
right.
were redacted due to that case. So there are people that are no, that doesn't make sense at all, really. They were
No,
involved in
that
the Ghislaine Maxwell case, and those are allegedly the people who got redacted.
yeah, that doesn't make sense
It doesn't make sense.
because the people that were redacted were participants.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. But okay, here we go. It identified 170 names, by the way.
Right.
Boy, oh boy, what a mess. See, I'm gonna have to do more research because you got to get this right.
Right.
The
Well,
point
based
is,
on what I saw last night with Hunter Biden, there were people on Congress trying to protect Biden because they were involved in that shit too. That's only when Marjorie Taylor Greene was about to grill his ass all that shit was rehearsed. Somebody like the one lady said, who bribed him to come before Congress? Because a lot of those Democratic Congress, they're involved in that shit. That's why they were so hard to stall. They stalled that shit because I watched the whole thing. They stalled as much as possible. And when Marjorie Taylor Greene started bringing up photos of underage girls with Hunter Biden, goddamn, the Democrats fell in their arms. Oh, wait up! Oh, they were flaring their arms the whole time, and they wasted like 30 minutes
So
going through all these formalities and they have to take a vote and this and that. Yeah.
so what?
Uh,
Yeah, go into that. What did like once he left? What did Marjorie Taylor Greene say and do? Just generally, what did
Marjorie
she say?
Taylor Greene, Marjorie Taylor Greene have receipts of Hunter Biden trafficking girls across state line. It's called the Mann Act. So when she proceeded to show the photos of Hunter Biden uploading himself on Pornhub, having sex with these girls, the Democrats were like, "Oh, hold on, wait, hold on." They were flailing their arms, and they like, "We need to take a vote on this," and yeah, they were stalling. They were like stalling. And you have to see it. I'll play it this afternoon if I get will I have time this afternoon? I will play it this weekend because I'll have more time because I'm getting off late this evening. But yeah, it's on Forbes. But they're showing if you just look up Hunter Biden, Marjorie Taylor Greene, it's all. I mean, it's just as
So
it's just as goddamn much in the news as the whole Fani Willis thing. But yeah, it was in fact Trump mentioned it last night how it was a disgrace how Hunter Biden just disrespected the Congress, people in Congress, and it
and
was disrespectful.
so if you're saying she showed pictures of Hunter Biden with underage girls,
Right.
but it wasn't associated with Epstein.
No, it wasn't associated with Epstein. It was
So
some. It's Biden doing it. It was Hunter Biden doing his own thing. This was separate from what Epstein did. This is something totally different.
so Hunter Biden got his own plug,
Yes.
which oh my god. So
Yeah.
so why did these
What?
other people have their own plug? And we do need to go back to when Trump dealt with Epstein and what year that was. If it was before or after 2008, I believe it was, because I think that's important. I think that's important because I don't believe that Trump needed a jet. I don't believe Trump needed a place to stay in New York, which, by the way, that's an $88 million townhouse that someone gave Jeffrey Epstein. Someone who claims
So
that
right.
Jeffrey, someone who
I
claimed that
believe it
Jeffrey,
was
good.
I believe it was Ghislaine Maxwell's dad who formerly worked for the Assad. I forgot his name, but yeah, he. I believe it was his mansion, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the details. I have to go back, but I see what you're saying. You're saying that allegedly Trump went to his house
Yeah, and it's
in New York.
just a
Right.
side note that it's some rich mogul allegedly said that Epstein helped him out with his portfolio or some shit,
Right.
his hedge
Uh-huh.
fund, and instead of cutting him a check, he said, "Hey, just take the house instead."
Right. Okay. Okay.
88
Yeah, I remember
million,
hearing that.
88
Yeah.
million dollars.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. What else do we need to talk about before we call it? So much, man. I'm sorry. I feel like I was so
It is.
scatterbrained today. It's just a lot.
What else can we talk about? Did I ask you about? I know I asked MD, but I wanted to get your take on Chris Christie making that comment about Nikki Haley doesn't have a chance. I know you really don't care about that,
I
right?
I don't and like Chris
Okay, that's
Christie.
fine.
Chris Christie loves to talk some shit. He loves
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
he loves to talk shit. He loves
Yes,
it.
he does.
Nobody likes him. That's why
Uh,
nobody likes his ass. And
yeah,
he's
yeah,
very spiteful. He's very
yes.
spiteful. There's clip after clip after clip of big goofy fat ass. He's like, look, I'm overweight, but like he's so fat. He like it's just a goofy size, and he's
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
down, like a baseball stadium with a bunch of nachos, which doesn't look good. Um, you- Even though it's normal to eat nachos at a baseball stadium, I shouldn't fat shame. And then he gets into it with like a fan, like
Yeah, I saw that.
in the stadium. And
Yeah,
that's just one example where he just gets angry with people, then there's the bridge gate or whatever they called it, where he shut down the bridge.
yeah,
You, you know,
yeah.
like, I mean,
Where was he? Where was he? He was the governor of New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah. And he shut down the beach. Only him during the COVID. Only him and his family were at the beach. Shut down the whole beach so him and his family could play on the beach. Yeah, yeah,
He acted like acted like a
yeah,
mob boss, like a
yeah,
mob
yeah.
boss.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so he's going around attacking everybody. So what he has to say, how come he don't take a real hard look at himself? Like I don't. I mean, like, look, I don't really care what these losers say. Of course, they're gonna say anything. And he's already out of the race. Trump ain't gonna pick him. Trump
No,
don't like him. He will never be
right,
vice president. So if he's trying to take down Haley as a favor to Trump, well, too little, too late. I'm afraid.
right, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and so, what I want to know is what happens to Hunter.
So here's what I've heard. Okay, so the Congress is going to petition the GOJ to, I guess, try to arrest Hunter Biden because he walked out on Congress.
Well,
Was
now,
he
okay, and that's
Congress?
interesting too because he could have skipped out on it entirely, right? And
Right.
what's that charge that he would have caught? Contempt of court
Contempt?
or some
Yeah,
shit.
contempt. Yes.
And from what I understand, that's pretty much a slap on the wrist because
Correct.
there's been people throughout different trials on Trump's side who were
Yep.
subpoenaed and didn't show up.
That's right. Yep.
So he showed up. It was a big scene. I thought he was already charged with. I thought he already had charges pending, Hunter Biden charges. Does he not?
Yeah, he has charges, but he has a gun charge, and he has charges unrelated to why Congress was subpoenaing his. Congress wants to know why he got pictures with these underage girls and why he violated the Mann Act. That's what they want to know.
Oh,
They
okay.
got the charges on tax evasion, the gun charge. They got that. Yeah, they got that already.
Hunter Biden was indicted last month on 3 felony and 6 misdemeanor counts of evading taxes.
Yes.
He could face up to 17 years in prison if convicted of all charges. He
Right.
has also been indicted on federal gun charges and has pleaded not guilty to that case.
Right.
Now, my question is, could Biden pardon him?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You pardon him. Yeah, easily.
And why hasn't he? Yeah.
Well, you have to be convicted first. They haven't convicted Hunter yet,
Okay.
so you can only pardon a person who's been convicted. If it's pending, you can't pardon a person who's pending because they haven't been convicted. That's how that works.
Can you pardon? And I'm sure you're right. Can you pardon someone if they haven't been convicted yet?
No.
I'm gonna Google it right now. And because I think there's something called staying a conviction too, which might be a different thing. All right, have you a federal
Maybe.
pardon? A federal pardon can be issued prior to the start of a legal case or inquiry, prior to any indictments being issued for specific
That's right. You're
for,
right. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that's right.
and prior to or after a conviction for a federal crime.
Right.
Interesting. So Biden hasn't pardoned him yet. He's gonna, because he might think it's gonna look bad if he does that, which it would.
Right. Yeah. It'll definitely seal the fate of his election. I mean, I think the whole Israel Palestine sealed his fate. That's my opinion. Because again, just people on the left, and you can vouch for this, came up with the term genocide Joe. I never heard that term
Oh,
until I tuned in to Democracy Now, the Young Turks. Like, I'm talking about people on the left.
sure.
They came up with that term genocide Joe, and I said, oh yeah, he's done. Because people are split on Israel and Palestine. They're split on that.
And his
And I'm
stance
talking
is
about just the left, people on the left.
sure. And also, I don't really consider myself on the left because I'm just like when I hear the left, I think of Cenk Uygur. I think of Rachel Maddow. Democrats. I'm certainly not. I would never vote for Joe. I'm gonna vote for Cornel West and like Green Party. Which is far left, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Okay. It's already done. So yeah, Jesus Christ. See, this is all debatable too, because another article from CBS says that one thing that's settled in law is that a pardon has to be for something that the recipient of the pardon has already done.
Okay.
So you couldn't do any future pardons, but anything other than that, yeah, you couldn't pardon yourself for a crime you haven't yet committed.
Okay.
But you could go out and commit the crime and then pardon yourself
Okay.
immediately.
Okay. Okay.
So, when is Hunter Biden's trial?
That they're okay. I don't know. That's a good
Because
question.
because I mean, like that's not going to look good for that. Biden's numbers would come down. Joe Biden's numbers are going to come down during that. Like if that's before the election, and all these, it's just not going to look good. They drag out a court case and Hunter
But
Biden
wait a
there.
minute. But they indicted Trump in it, and it boosted Trump's approval ratings. So that's not
Yeah,
always. I mean, yeah. Hypothetically, yeah. Traditionally, that's true. But however, in Trump's case, it did the reverse. In fact, they were
yeah.
saying Trump was down below DeSantis, and when they indicted him, he just shot. He shot past all of them.
I'm not sure if that's true, and I would push back on that because I think Trump, as just like the last time, he has been the number one guy since the very beginning, and not
Okay,
really. I
okay.
think DeSantis was close. Yeah, you might be right though. I think they might have been like almost neck and neck. Trump a little
Almost neck
ahead,
and neck. Yeah, they were close. They were
sure,
close. Yeah.
and also DeSantis is goofy as a motherfucker.
Well, so is DeSantis. Well, so is Nikki Haley. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're
but what
still
I'm
trying to
saying
pop
was,
her up. Yeah.
well, DeSantis had a bigger lead than Nikki Haley. Like at one time, like he was a
Yeah.
close second, and
Yeah. Yeah.
now,
Absolutely.
and I feel like whether I think his own goofiness fucked him over in this race. If you want to know my opinion.
I agree.
All right, here we go. I'm trying to find out when is the Hunter Biden trial. The end of July. So is that this? That's 2024.
24. Yeah. It's got to be 24. Yeah.
Okay, this was in. See, this article was in June 21st, 2023. It said that the court hearing will be in Delaware on July 26th. Jesus Christ, this is so hard to find. And that's the. That's the same charge they got Kodak on.
Yeah.
Because they make you fill out that form and say you're not on any drugs.
Exactly. Right. Right.
And I think that at first on that charge, Biden had already got a sweetheart deal. He was about to walk away from that charge with nothing,
That's right.
and the court the judge rejected it.
Yeah. They're saying nah. Yeah. Yeah. They weren't going. The judge wasn't going for it.
Not at all. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I just want to really know that because that's going to depend on when Hunter gets pardoned. Because if he pardons him now, if Joe Biden was to pardon him right now, he could save himself some embarrassment, right?
Right.
He could
Yeah.
have saved himself that embarrassment, perhaps yesterday, even though you pointed out that wasn't part of this. But if this thing goes to trial before the election, it's going to be an embarrassment for the Bidens. But if he pardons them now, it might affect him negatively because it's like an abuse of power.
Right.
And if he does, if it's after the election,
are you saying that the Congress is purposely trying to force Biden hands so Biden can pretty much end his political career and chances of reelection?
Maybe
because that would seal the deal because honestly, I really think Biden is done. I think he's done, but they're counting on some type of Hail Mary,
such as
Biden. I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard. So something a Hail Mary
89.
that would make Trump look bad or Biden look good.
I think, like, because you mentioned on the Epstein list, they were waiting on the Epstein list, but then again, they maybe that's what they're waiting on.
That's the Hail Mary, because how do you make Joe Biden look good? Forget about that.
Well, if it's only Trump and if it's only Trump and Biden, then that what that does is that that makes people do the whole lesser of two evils choices.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're measuring who is the worst. So that's maybe they maybe I don't know. Maybe they're counting on that. But again, if Sarah doesn't have a name of a friend, then I don't know. I don't know. That's the
Okay.
only Hail Mary that could say if they got a tape of Trump with this alleged victim, then that would be their Hail Mary. Other than that, there's no Hail Mary for them. So yeah, the Epstein would have to be the Hail Mary for them.
Okay. He will appear in court. Hunter Biden will appear, and this article was written. Shit, what is that? That's today, January the 11th.
Oh, that's today, yeah.
All right, hold on. Okay, boom. Hunter Biden will appear in court Thursday on federal charges he faces in California for allegedly failing to pay more than $1 million in taxes. He's been charged with 9 counts related to tax avoidance conspiracy.
Right, tax evasion. Okay.
Okay, living a lavish lifestyle. But see, how embarrassing is that trial? I mean, it's tax evasion. I mean,
Tax evasion. Yeah, that's not. I mean, hell, that's. I mean,
Well,
that's. Yeah, that's not really. I don't know. That's not embarrassing. Embarrassing. I mean, that's just okay. We know he was on drugs. He forgot to
right.
pay his taxes. Okay, that's not really. I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, to me, it's not embarrassing. That's just.
The defendant spent money on drugs, escorts, and girlfriends, luxury hotels, and rental properties, exotic cars, clothing, and other personal items. In short, everything but his taxes. That makes sense. But is like, I don't know. So why don't he just go ahead and pardon him for this shit?
Because he's
doesn't look
weighing
bad.
out for any. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene has some more new charges on him. That's why they want to try to weigh it out to see if anything else, so they could just do it all lump sum. I guess I don't know. That's my guess.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene has his laptop. Is that correct? Or
Um, I, I,
or
I forget who has his laptop. I don't know if I'm not sure. That I'm not sure on.
because she's asking him questions about why the whole point of it was to bring him in to ask him about why are you in this picture, or why is this picture
Right.
why are you in this picture on your
But
laptop?
but no. Hold on, Sterling. The pictures Martin Taylor Greene, when this was they were arguing over, is actually public. It's on Pornhub.
Sure.
So anybody can have access to it. If we go on Pornhub, he's on Pornhub. So you don't necessarily have to have his laptop. We can go on Pornhub and see Biden with these girls, and that's
Okay.
why Marjorie Taylor Greene has the receipts showing that he paid these girls to go across state lines, which violates the Mann Act, which I need to look into that, the Mann Act. Meaning if you transport women from state to state, you can get charged with the Mann Act. I don't know what the hell that is.
We're gonna find out. Probably just moving a person across state lines or something like that for explicit, for like sexual purposes. It might be like have to be a minor, but
That's what I'm
it,
thinking too. It has to be a minor, yeah. Because
if
I
it,
mean, I'm
it
sure you could do that with a grown woman, right?
actually no, because like if you were to move a willing prostitute who's of adult age and consent across
Uh
state
huh.
lines, I think that you could catch a trafficking charge.
Oh wow! But I thought trafficking was so even if they consent, is trafficking?
That is a good question. That
Oh,
is
I
a
gotta know this, yeah, because
well,
that's probably yeah.
you
Because
gotta
I
uh,
even wondered and asked the question, Sterling, like when Marjorie Taylor Greene was going after Biden, I'm like, well, wait a minute. It led me to believe that these girls are underage because if it's a grown woman, even if she's a prostitute, who's to say that you can't do that? I mean, that's kind of weird.
all right, and then also if it was a minor, it definitely couldn't be on Pornhub, you know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So let's look. What was her questions? You saw it. You saw it. What did she want to know exactly? What did she have on it? And
So she wanted to question Biden on the Mann Act. So the Mann Act is what he violated.
Okay, well, let's just start with that then.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, keep me straight here. The Mann Act, Hunter Biden. Okay, here we go. Shit. Is it? Okay, here we go. MANN. Here we go. Here we go. Marjorie Taylor Greene renews a request to the DOJ of the mishandling of Hunter Biden. Shit, I don't see anything about the Mann Act though. It's hard to find this shit.
Am I pronouncing it right? Manac? Does it sound like that's what she was saying?
Okay.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's
I've
not.
never heard of this Manac, or
Okay,
it's
if you want.
something about transporting people, women across state lines.
Yeah, okay, let's do that then. I'm going to MSN. Here we go. Yeah, you're right. You're right. This says that. See, I'm always skeptical that I'm looking
I'm
at fake.
glad that you're looking it up because I don't even know what this thing involves. So I'm glad I'm learning. So as you look it up, I'm learning what this Mann Act is because I've heard it many times, but I have not actually had the time to look up the definition. So thank you for looking it up. So now I get to learn with you what this whole Mann Act is all about.
Right, and I'm telling you on my side, I'm just like so careful to not get like some fake shit. I'm always looking at the sources, and
Right, absolutely.
yeah, I don't want to say anything wrong, although I'm sure I have accidentally
Right.
over here. This
Well, it's
article
it's a definition. It's a definition. So it
it
shouldn't be
it
too. Yeah.
it it forbids people trafficking. It forbids trafficking people for sex across state lines. Period. People.
People. So grown consent people consenting.
You can't. Yeah, because I guess they might argue that they didn't really consent. That they're just saying that because they're scared. I don't know. So yeah, moving people across state lines for the purpose of sex violates the Mann Act. And so
That's
okay, so
that's
okay,
weird.
so like I guess it stems from the tax evasion cases. They
Right.
dug into his paperwork, right, and
Yeah.
everything, and they that is going into his tax affairs. It says flag multiple potential violations of the Mann Act, which forbids trafficking people across state lines for sex. Jack Morgan, a prosecutor with the tax division of the Justice Department, emailed Assistant U.S. Attorney of Delaware somebody to raise his concerns. Um, she spent 5 years investigating him. So I guess he could also basically face charges for trafficking, is what this is about, right?
Right. Well, now we got to define trafficking because I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, that's trafficking.
Because I remember other people who got charged with this, and it was consensual. Um,
Right.
okay, human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of people through force or
Through
fraud,
force. Okay, through
force
force. Right.
through force or fraud or deception with the aim of exploiting them for profit. Men, women, and children of all ages and all backgrounds can become victims of this. So it
Okay.
does seem like it kind of you have to force them. Um,
So how is that? So the Mann Act is something different then. I mean, it can be the same, but the whole consent thing, it cancels out force, doesn't it?
right. But now a child wouldn't be able to consent,
No, a child wouldn't. Right. So yeah, a child will
but
automatically fall into that.
it would. It seems like it would,
Okay.
but it seems like it would also fall into other charges too because she was underage.
Yeah.
Why did shit. So, damn. Well, is it normal to like, if they have the information, is it normal to bring him in front of Congress before they charge him? Like, what? They must not have enough information. Like, why wouldn't somebody just bring a lawsuit against him if they already have the information on a laptop? Um, why does Marjorie Taylor Greene need to? Why do they need to interview
Right.
him?
Why do they need to interview him? Right. I guess to get further evidence or get an admission of guilt. I don't know.
Huh. Or was it Shit, I don't remember.
That's just like asking, why would the police, if they know, a lot of times when they interview people, they already know they did the crime.
Right.
But they
Right.
want to try to get some type of confession or some type of admittance. So I can only guess that that's what their whole technique they're trying to do.
And or maybe they have all the information and they want him to come to get further information, even though they don't need it, just to make him
Right.
embarrassed, as just to embarrass him.
That
And
too, yeah. That too. Yeah, it could be political. Yeah.
okay, here we go. Hunter Biden appears on Capitol Hill as House GOP vote for contempt, right? But why did they come? Why was he? I'm assuming he was subpoenaed to come. I'm reading. But they saying that he surprised Republicans by appearing unannounced on Capitol
Right.
Hill.
Right.
He thought this was a good look. Why would anybody go appear before the House if they weren't like subpoenaed? Oh my God, there's so many damn charges. He was in.
Oh,
They called him to testify publicly.
oh, they want him to testify against Biden.
For
They
an
want to know where all that Burisma. Yeah. Yeah.
impeachment.
Exactly.
This is an impeachment inquiry.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That makes sense. Okay.
He refused to be interviewed behind closed doors
Right.
in the House Oversight Committee's hearing room. Jesus Christ. Democrats and Republicans immediately began bickering about whether to allow him to be heard.
Right.
Okay. So, all right. They're trying to get him information. They want the big guy, right?
Right.
And they could, when she couldn't ask him questions about the big guy, assuming that she was going to, she said, "Well, how about this?" And she brought up pictures that don't relate to Biden at all, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a tactic. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so there's not going to be any that we know of charges against him. She showed nude photos. I think she showed nude photos of him and prostitutes, but I don't know. I mean, you did see it. There was the allegation that the person was underage.
But your phone's breaking up.
My bad.
Oh, you sound better. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, but like,
Oh, it's breaking up again.
did Marjorie Taylor Greene age specifically, or was it just embarrassing pictures with him and hookers?
I think it was just. I'm assuming it was just him and some hookers.
Because I've never seen the evidence that he was with underage girls. Although I've heard it, but is it substantiated?
I don't think it is. I think it's just some regular hookers. That's why I was trying to understand the whole Mann Act, because I think if they're hookers, they're consenting. As long as you pay them, then they're going to consent. Consent, I guess.
Oh my God, what a mess! What a
Yeah.
mess! So yeah, we got all kind of charges on everybody.
Right.
I think Joe Biden needs to pardon himself.
Right.
I think Joe Biden need to pardon Hunter.
Right.
And then, but that would be so egregious. That wouldn't look good. So he might as well go ahead and pardon Trump in good faith. And then let's
Right.
say, all right, enough is enough. Let's have a fair fight. Wipe the board clean.
Right.
Enough of all this craziness about, going to prison, kicked off the ballot.
Right.
God forbid someone hires SEAL Team 6 to take another one out. Like, this is
Right.
going too
Right.
far. Let's pardon
Yeah.
all of us. And that's his best bet. Because otherwise, this is going to get dirty for everybody.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right, man. Gosh, I appreciate you letting me work through that. That's got to be enough for one day.
Yeah. Of course.
Whew. I think we ran everybody off in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I know my phone's been acting up. I know when I do these shows for my truck, they're not the best.
And
Because
I'm not good at research, so I really should have done it ahead of time. But you usually come with the articles, you know what I mean? But I had this. So next time I'll do better when you're driving. We'll talk about
Okay,
that, and
that's
I'll have
fine.
the articles already lined up. You know what I mean?
Right,
Uh,
right, right.
all right. Well, if there's anybody still in the chat, appreciate y'all. Black Sun, appreciate you, and I'll
Yes, sir.
let's talk soon.
All right, man. All right, with that being said, man, we out, y'all. Peace. Oh, I can't even. Oh, hold on 1 second. We out, y'all. Peace. All right, y'all. We out, y'all. And peace. Let me close it on out. Close it on out.
The Arena of Saints.